Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in over 2,500 locations across the United States. We're now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio, Idaho, Illinois, Michigan, Montana, Oregon, and Texas. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and find the nearest location closest to you. Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Yeah, welcome to the Super Bowl Extravaganza show. We're predicting everything, all of it, all the prop bets, all the fun stuff. Just learned that Papa Trump will be there, first sitting president in United States history to attend a Super Bowl, which is odd to me.
How's that possible?
And yeah, I know. We looked it up last night, me and Bob did, but it's true. And then, obviously, we are brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinking Bros doubles that first deposits all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with MyBookie.com. It's been a record year for me, and I let the audience decide last night what to do with all of this money. First, though, let's start off with how we got here. So, Derek, you've been our co-host all year. You'll be here at the Super Bowl live watch, live on YouTube on Sunday. J&L Barbecue will be here. Delco will be on stage with us. GhostBed.com will have their bundle package live on set with Last Row Lopez. That'll be a blast, so join us for that. We don't have to listen to the shitty announcers over there. Derek, you joined us in August. We did the pre-prediction show together. Who are your two teams in the pre-prediction show?
I know Baltimore was one of them.
Yes, and you had Baltimore winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I thought Baltimore was going to get it together, but they did not.
They did not. What happened to Baltimore, and why does this keep happening every single year?
It's Lamar. It's Lamar. He's letting himself get the yips whenever it's a big pressure game. It's that divisional round, man. He's great in the wild card game. And then he fucking just go. I think it's Josh Allen's in his head.
Maybe. I mean, look, I've said this every year on this show. I think we've been on. How long have we been doing this, Dan? 7 or 8 years now? I think 8 years.
Sports, we started in 18. So, yeah, 7. This will be.
Okay.
Or wait.
Well, no, because we were on the other feed.
Yeah, it was late 2017.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I said the same thing back in 2017. I said that Lamar Jackson would never, ever win a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And every year, I'm never disappointed in that pick. He's got the talent. He should be the MVP again. I think this will be his, third MVP that he's won? But for some reason, you're right. In the playoffs, man, he just can't throw the fucking ball, and I can't figure it out.
And that's being teammates with Lamar, that's what he cares about the most, is winning a Super Bowl. So he could give a fuck about the MVP. He really does not care about that. It's about winning. He wants to win a Super Bowl. And part of me thinks that he needs a coach that can keep it together for him. Get him to keep, he needs somebody in that building that can keep his head straight when that shit whenever he gets in his own head. Because that's what's happening. He's getting in his own head. He's having fumbles and throwing random picks, doing things way out of character that he wouldn't normally do.
Yeah, and
I mean, he did throw a pick, but he was also 18 for 25 and an average play of 10.2 with a rating of 114
in that Bills game.
Yeah,
but he fumbled how many times? 3, I think.
I think it was 4 total fumbles, right? No, it's 3.
3, yeah.
No, well, it wasn't. He didn't fumble 3 times.
He had one fumble.
He had one that was really bad.
Yeah, he lost one, and then Mark Andrews lost one as well. Mark Andrews catches. If Mark Andrews catches that very easy to catch ball, we're not even having this conversation right now. They're in the AFC Championship game.
Well, that would still go to overtime. So that would have sent it to overtime. Josh Allen at home, I still would have gone on a live line with Josh Allen at home.
I don't know. Josh Allen's a loser too.
He is too, but not at home. And he doesn't lose until he plays Mahomes.
If he played Mahomes in Buffalo in a fucking tornado, quake, snowstorm, he would still lose.
Maybe.
No, not maybe.
Maybe.
Not maybe.
He already did play Mahomes in a snowstorm in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but I mean in Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
And he lost.
That was the divisional round last year in Buffalo.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah.
So he actually did play in that exact scenario. It was a loser.
But it's like some dudes have other dudes' numbers. Tony. So Greg Maddox used to tell the story. I'll be paraphrasing here, and he goes, "If you could control location and change speeds, you can get anybody out except for that bastard Tony Gwynn." That's what he used to say because Tony Gwynn just fucked him up. Yep. Right?
Fucks up everybody, though.
But that's how it is. Like, to be fair, Mahomes fucks up everybody, too.
Yes.
But I think there is something to Allen having Lamar's number.
Yeah, I think so. And then Mahomes, obviously, in the playoffs.
He's got everybody's number.
Yeah. Derek, now your other prediction for the Super Bowl was the Lions. That was actually a great pick, and they just were out of dudes, man. Injuries nuke that team, and we've seen it happen in college, seen it happen in pros. It sucks because, man, that was such a great team, and it would have been awesome to see them in the Super Bowl. But every single person on fucking defense got injured. Running back was injured at one point. I mean, they were just losing dudes left and right. I don't really think you could look back at this season for them as a failure for not staying healthy. I've never seen that many injuries on a defense before.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Ross, is every year in the organization, if you're expected to win Super Bowls, it's a failure if you don't get there. That's just it is. It's just the way it goes. Those 4 years that we had Peyton there, think about it. We failed 3 times out of 4. It's just, when you have the team that can win a Super Bowl, it's fucking expected. Like, hey, we're going to dump because the owners are dumping all this money into the team and they're fucking, they're doing the GMs are doing everything right. They're making all these trades and doing everything to get the team there. So those injuries, when they fucking happen, man, it sucks. And it sucks to be a player in those organizations too, because they start thinking like, well, maybe we need to find somebody that won't get hurt. But that's what happens, man. It's expected to fucking win. Like when you're making it to the NFC Championship game, you're expected to go win a fucking Super Bowl. We fired John Fox after we went to a Super Bowl loss. We were the number 1 seed in the AFC for 3 years in a row, and they fired John Fox.
I mean, that to me was wild. But look, let's take you guys for example in your Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. If your entire defense, which in my opinion was the team all year round, that was one of the few teams in the last 25 years in the modern era, 30 years in the modern era, where you can say it was actually the defense that won that Super Bowl. I think it was you guys, the Ravens, and probably the Buccaneers, just in recent memory that I can think of, where the defense. Yes, the Gruden
Buccaneers.
Correct, yeah. Where the defense really did win the. Sorry, I get a new fucking phone here, and I can't figure this goddamn shit out. Anyways, yeah, technology, man. Oh, thanks, Apple. Yeah, the whole fucking phone.
There's a little thing right here on the side where you can just turn it all off.
It's so gay, dude.
It's not.
I didn't even want a new fucking phone. I didn't even want a new phone.
It doesn't have a switch anymore, right?
No, and Apple just shuts everything down now, so you're forced to go buy it. So I was forced to go buy this goddamn thing last night.
Watch. You just hold it.
I did.
And it turns on the ring.
Dan, when I hold mine, it wants to translate.
Oh, you can set it. You can set the button to do whatever you want it to do.
I don't want to set it to do anything. I don't know but why answer the phone or not answer the phone.
Why?
My phone should know that I'm a goddamn American.
Exactly.
Well, no, that's not true though. If you decide to get up and go over to one of those apartment complexes and start citizen arresting Trend Day at Rockwell guys, you're gonna need a translator.
Maybe.
Well, I'm shooting first and then talking later.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you want to talk a little shit after, and you want them to understand what you're saying.
If I can smell tacos, I'm shooting.
Well, they don't. Venezuela's not a big taco spot, but
be like plantains or something.
Yeah, you want to shoot them in the legs a couple of times. You want to shoot them in the legs a couple of times, and then be like, talk shit to them as they're bleeding out.
Hey guys, Latinx are all the same. They're all Mexicans, and then we can talk about the countries afterwards. All right. I'm all done with that convo. Yeah,
they're all going to be Americans here soon.
You guys saw Chuck Schumer holding up the Corona and the guacamole, so that's exactly what we think of the rest of the world. Sorry, Latinxers. No, but with you guys, if your entire defense would have got hurt in that Super Bowl, or going into the Super Bowl, you would have lost. That's the exact same way I look at the Lions. Therefore, they're not taking any heat online. They're not taking any heat from the fan base. One of my best friends in college is a Detroit guy. Diehard, everything else, took his mom to the game where they got beat by the Redskins and all that shit. And even they weren't disappointed, where it was just like, man, with a real defense, you don't give up 45 points to a rookie. I know Jaden Daniels is great, and he had a great rookie year, but 45 fucking points is a lot. They just didn't have a defense.
That's too many. It doesn't matter who the fucking quarterback is.
Yeah.
You give up. I don't care if it's fucking Tom Brady in his prime. You don't give up 45 fucking points.
I don't think the Chiefs have scored 45 points all year.
No, they didn't. They only scored over 30 once, and it was that last game.
Yeah. So I mean, what are you supposed to do?
But the Chiefs have a great defense. You know, like
they do, and they didn't have any injuries. Like, luckily, the injuries were on the offensive side of the ball, where they never seem to care. Just plug in whatever dipshit, and then they'll kind of get the job done.
And those injuries are gone now.
They're all completely healthy, which is why I'm going with the Chiefs.
Here's the thing, Russ. Here's where, like, all right, so sorry, what's the fucking Lions head coach name? Dan
Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell is like the, hey, we're going to be fucking hard-nosed. We're going to practice fucking hard. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Well, that's what happens when you do that, is you get into the season and people start getting fucking worn down and they have big injuries. You know, the Chiefs take the opposite. They come in, get their work done, get the fuck out, go home and rest and recover. And that way they can fucking make it through the whole. That's why they're in the Super Bowl for the third year straight. Yeah. Because they have got a system figured out to where they fucking get their guys. You got to rest your horses, right? You don't race your racehorse every fucking day. And a guy like Dan Campbell, I just know how these coaches are. Like, I love that guy and would love to play for him, but you're not going to play for a long time playing for a guy like that. You know what I'm saying?
The practices are too hard?
Yeah, it's just like a Harbaugh team. Like, you get fucked up in those practices, and it's just like you next thing you know, it's week 12, and you're like, dude, I'm fucking like, they're just wheeling me to the damn game at this point. You know,
when you say Harbaugh, do you mean Jim?
No, John for Baltimore.
John, I mean John. Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens. Yeah.
But it was the same way with Jim when he was at San Francisco. Like, those guys, you talk to anybody from that team, they were like, dude, we were fucking getting crushed every day. Like, they just were practicing so hard every day that, you know, and that's what happens when you have really good players. That's the thing. When you have really good players that want to practice hard, you as a coach have to know when to fucking pull them out, like when to tell them to slow down. Cause like, I was like that. I was going to practice as hard as I fucking could every play until you told me to slow down. And unfortunately, you get these coaches that are like, oh yeah, be like Wolf, do this, do that. And then next thing you know, you're fucking dead and you can't walk and you're just fucked up all season. And that's what happens. That's why being a head coach is such a difficult job, because you have to manage your fucking racehorses. And guys like Dan Campbell, I think he's going to have to figure that out. If he's going to get to a Super Bowl and win one, he's going to have to figure that out, how to rest his horses.
Yeah. And do you mind if I share a personal story about you that we chatted about on the field with Travis?
Yeah.
One of the interesting things that I did not know, and you hadn't told us in real life, he had told us, Travis Kelce had told us, was that he said he tried to get you to come back out of retirement to play for the Chiefs, and that you told him your body was shot and that you couldn't fucking possibly do it. To me, that's wild, knowing your competitive nature and trying to get one more Super Bowl. Was it really that difficult coming out of Baltimore with those practices, that your body was just that shot? Because I had never heard that story before until Travis Kelce told me. Yeah,
and when I say it was my brain. And that the way I play, I go through people, I don't go around them. So you get hit in the fucking head doing that. So it was really one of those, I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to make it through an entire fucking season. And I was like, look, like, I'm not going to do this shit, because I'm not coming in as the Chris Jones, right? I'm not coming in as their number one, right? So I'm going to have to do all the practice reps, right? And that's just, I know how that shit goes. And as a vet doing all those practice reps, you're getting fucked. So I'm doing all those practice reps just to get like 20, 30 snaps a game.
Yeah.
And you're just asking to get concussions. Like, that's just what's going to happen. And I told, well, you got to meet my coach too.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and I told Joe, I said, Joe, I don't think it's fucking smart. Like, I'm done. Like, I've had enough of this shit. Like, as bad as I wanted to go do it, I knew it was done. And you have to think, before I went to Baltimore, I had fucking Vic Fangio in Denver, right, in 2019. And before that, it was Vance Joseph, and like, it was just all this. We had a bunch of coaches that didn't know how to manage their players, so I was getting just fucked up over and over and over and over again. And then I go to Baltimore, and we're going to practice like a Raven, and it was like, just fucking nonstop. Like even during the week, they would give me Fridays off during the week. Friday is the easiest fucking day of the week. Like,
yeah, because you're not in pads, right?
You're not even in pads.
Yeah.
So I'm doing inside run on Wednesday. I'm doing and Wednesdays are a run dominant day. So you're just fucking getting double teamed and you're fucking banging, and it's with scout team guys that don't have to play in a fucking game. So they're trying to keep their fucking job. So they're going as hard as they can. And then on Thursday, it's like pass dominant day. So you're fucking pass rushing your ass off all day. And then Friday, you get a day off and get to recover. But it's like the damage is done, dude. I played Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's a game. You're playing a fucking game every practice. It's just the way it goes.
Is that I guess there's just no getting around that, to be honest, right?
Well, unless your coach
Kubiak
spaces it out, right?
Gary Kubiak, I felt fucking after that. Gary Kubiak had it figured out by the end of the season. After that Super Bowl, dude, I was like, "Fuck, I want to keep playing. I feel good still." Like I didn't want to stop. I wanted to go play another game because I was like, "Fuck, dude, I feel great." And then it's just crazy how you get another coach come in there, and it's just over time, man. It's like, think about if you ran a marathon. If you tried to sprint the whole fucking time, you know what I mean? You're not gonna make it. You have to be able to pace yourself and know when you have to turn it on at certain times. And that's just how Kubiak was so good at it. He'd bring us into work. We would come in, we'd get our good lifts in, and like feel good and strong and eat good. And then we'd go out, we'd practice, and we'd get our practice in quick. And he would do things like, okay, we need to do a little inside run fit because this is a new look that we haven't seen this year. Like this team we're playing, they're going to show us a new look. So let's go ahead and do 9-on-7 first, and then we'll take the pads off.
Oh, interesting.
And then we'll take the pads off, and then we'll go out here and and he preached nonstop about taking care of each other. Hey, we're going to compete, but we got to take care of each other. Practice smart, practice like a pro. And then you got a guy like Fangio. He comes in, I don't believe in science. We're going to get calloused every fucking day. And that's just, you see what happens. It just wears on you.
Well, at least he was smart enough to know your limits, though. Yeah. I mean, because and I met your coach. He was one of those guys that was just like, yeah, fucking Derek, dude. Yeah, he's going to kill everyone. And
oh, yeah. He would come out of practice and be like, Wolfie's got the fucking wagon. He's pulling the wagon today. So, like, as a player, you're like, fuck yeah, I am. Let's go. And you go out there and you just fucking get your head beat in all day. And then you're like, fuck, man, how am I going to play on Sunday? Like, yeah. I mean, I'll give you an example. The Indianapolis game in 2020 when I was with the Ravens, I woke up in the morning and I couldn't put my fucking underwear on. Like, I could not put my fucking underwear on. I was like, dude, I don't know how I'm going to play this fucking game.
Well, Ross would have helped you.
Yeah, I would have helped you with that because I never wear it.
Ross, it was during COVID. You wouldn't even be allowed into the fucking building, right? So like that was the thing. We didn't have access to any of our like modalities, like all the stretching and shit that I would do, and like body workers. They weren't allowed to be around. So you just had to figure it out. It was like old school football minus the cocaine. I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. Just bring back cocaine is what you're saying.
Bring back cocaine and bring back steroids, and I would have kept going. Fuck.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of cocaine and steroids, is that a toe hold shirt you got on?
It sure is. Don't be a cunt.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Let me ask you this, because you and I were chatting about, man, I got to get off the field because I want to go out and play, and I want to fucking kill somebody here. Would you ever come back for one game? I just sat in a pitch meeting about it. For the AFL, for the Arena League Football League. Would you ever do one of those just to get it out of your system?
No, it would have to. It's the NFL environment. It's the coming you see how much the fans love me in Denver, right? So it's like being out there with the fans, and it was like I always that was like my fallback when I was like really fucking tired and sore and didn't want to do it. I just thought about like, man, these fucking fans are showing up and spending their fucking, you know how expensive these damn tickets are. When I was there and shit, like it was expensive. And they're still showing up and they're fucking cheering loud as shit. So I'm going to go out there and play my fucking hardest. And, it just didn't make any sense for me to do it anymore. It was like, you're playing for vet minimum. Yeah, it's still a lot of money, but it's like, at what cost? Because like I want to be able to, I like to be able to ski and snowboard with my kids, and I like to bow hunt. There's all these things. I had all this life that I got it. Hopefully 50 more years of life to live, like I need to fucking I got to be out of a wheelchair.
Yeah. The reason I ask is I was in a pitch meeting the other day, and they were like, hey, man, so we're doing some fun things for the Arena League football next year. Hard AF Seltzer is one of the sponsors for it. We were actually the logo on the ball for the championship game, and they were like, dude, occasionally we'll bring in people to play, and that'll bring in ratings and all that other shit. And they were like, would Derek want to get in there for one game?
Oh,
and
no.
wait, here's the other one.
You would go to prison because you would literally murder somebody.
They were big boys, and they have nothing to lose. Like, because Dan and I were in the locker room after the championship last year. They have nothing to lose. So like them taking out your fucking legs, like they have nothing to lose. They're like they get $250 a game.
And here's the other thing though. Like my skill level is so much higher than theirs. It'd be like taking a guy that's fucking never trained jiu-jitsu before and putting him in there with like a high-level blue belt even. He would get fucking choked in a second. Like those guys will come out, try to block me, and I'll be out of there. I'll be by them so quick. It just wouldn't matter. And then it would. And because I have the skill level that I have was so high. Like that was my handwork and everything was so high that, and I'm not trying to like toot my own shit, but like that's what I worked on was like, if anything, my fucking skill level was going to be higher than, and technique was going to be way better than theirs. And that's how you win in the NFL is your technique. And you get to this fucking AFL, these arena leagues, dude, these guys are fucking, if they were good, they wouldn't be in the arena league.
No, I understand. I understand. Because he was like, dude, if we could get you and Derek to come out and just play one game, because he saw me kicking field goals with my kid the other day, and he goes, you could do it. And I go, what's the risk of me getting hurt in that? And he goes, well, if you miss, it bounces off the net. And he goes, those guys always try to fucking destroy the kicker afterwards, And I was like, I think I could hold up for a couple of those, Like, who gives a shit? Like, I'll ask Derek. You get back to me about that. I was like, I would do it for a fucking game for the audience. I think it'd be hilarious. So
if they just let me do it on third downs, just go in there and fucking pass rush.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
All right, cool.
Let me go. I will fucking long arm the fuck out of those tackles and run them straight. I bet I'd tear the quarterback's ACL in the first fucking.
Yeah, because with my kid, I took the call, and then he wanted to go out and kick field goals later, and I was like, I'll help him with technique and like warming up and shit. Like I dropped one for 40, which in that league is it's only a 50-yard field total in that. So I'm like, who gives a shit? Extra points and like 35-yard field goals? Like, yeah, dude, fuck it. And he goes, man, if it hits that net though, you're gonna get destroyed. And I was like, well, what's the worst story you have? And he goes, there was a mayor of some town who used to play back in the day, and he went into when he said, the thing for the ratings and the sponsorship, and he was running for re-election or something. And they said the mayor just got fucking lit up over and over because everybody from the other team was just like, I want to fucking destroy the mayor. And and I go, how did it work out in the end? They go, look, man, it was great publicity for him, the campaign, and all this other shit, but like the mayor couldn't get out of bed for like 6 weeks. So I laughed my ass off, and I was like, I'll ask Derek live on air. It's pretty funny. So third downs. All right, third downs. And then
and just so you know, Ross, after that Kansas City game that you guys were at, I did have a serious talk with Abby about, I was like, hey, what do you think about me just fucking putting an off season together and going and doing a tryout?
Well,
she was like,
how old are you?
Are you fucking, I'm 34.
Yeah, I mean, you're still fucking right there, and with a couple years off, what do you think? How would your body hold up?
I think it'd be fine.
And what did she say?
I've taken enough psilocybin to regrow all the neurons.
And what did she say?
So, she said, "Fuck no."
I haven't even pitched this to my wife yet. She's still pissed off about the tattoo, so we'll see. But yeah, if I could go out, it'd be a hilarious story and great content for the show. Back to the Super Bowl, though, real quick here, D'Anthony. You had the Ravens as well, I believe, winning the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And I forget who did you have them playing this year? Was it Detroit or Philly?
Probably. I would not have picked Detroit.
Okay.
I think it was Philly. I remember
probably Philly. Detroit is soft, right? Still.
A little bit.
They'll get there.
They'll get there.
They'll get there. It's still, I mean, you got to remember this team has been competitive for 2 years.
Yeah.
Very infancy. In their development, they're gonna continue to get better, especially under Campbell. Like What happened this year that wasn't the case last year for the Lions, by the way, is the fucking attitude. They made the NFC Championship last year too, but this was a completely different team. Similar players, almost identical lineup, right? Mm-hmm. Roster was almost identical, but this was a much different team this year. I think next year the Lions are a fucking problem for everybody.
I do too, right? And if they can stay healthy, dude, it's a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
And
But probably Philly. Philly's the best team in the NFC. They're. I mean, certainly they have shown it now, but at every point this season they were the best team.
I agree. I think they finished a couple games behind Detroit, but like
nobody gives a fuck about the
no.
They finished a couple games behind Minnesota too. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, I don't care about that either. I agree with you. And for me, obviously, I picked KC versus Philly in the championship or in the Super Bowl, and then I picked KC to win it all this year. And I said I remember telling the audience, look, it's not going to be a sexy pick. I hate to say it. It's just the two best teams there is. And the reason why I picked it, and I kind of follow this trend as far as like college national championships, because I've been able to pick the last 3 or 4 in a row, preseason as well, is defense. I think the way that Philly's able to draft year after year is just fucking phenomenal, man. Who's your guy who drafts over there, Delco?
Howie Roseman.
God,
are you sure you picked the Eagles though? Because
positive.
Coming into this year, everyone thought Sirianni was a fucking clown.
He is a clown.
He is a clown.
He's not.
He is.
No,
He's
he definitely is.
right now, making the playoffs.
He is a clown though, right? He's just gotten out of the way.
He's made the playoffs every year.
He has
Super Bowls.
Here's the thing, guys. It's a lot like a James Franklin or things like that, where he'll make these mistakes that just are so puzzling that you're like, why are you going for 2? Why are you doing this play? Why are you doing that play? One of your losses was that throw to Saquon Barkley that he dropped
to the Falcons early.
Yes,
it made us better.
If he would have caught that ball, it wouldn't have been.
It wouldn't have. But then the other part of this, the armchair quarterback is also, if you run that ball, just run it with Saquon. I don't know if he gets the first down or not. It wouldn't have mattered. He's still going to chew 45 seconds off that clock, and the Falcons don't have enough time to do dick with that.
And you got Kellen Moore and Fangio too, right? That's why the Eagles are good.
Kellen Moore's about to be gone. He's probably going to be the next.
He's going to be
the Saints.
Fangio's defense is phenomenal. I loved playing in his defense.
Yeah. Who's the better DC between him and Spags? I mean, can you even pick between those two guys?
Spags.
Like
probably.
if it was across a full season, Fangio's competitive, but in that moment, those crunch moments, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody better than Spags.
Spags has the Super Bowls.
Yeah,
he's got the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He's got the Super Bowls.
You guys are going to lose Kellen Moore, though, unfortunately, after this year.
Well, yeah.
Saints.
I do find it odd that that's the only team left in the NFL who hasn't hired a head coach, so obviously they're waiting for it.
Well, they've got a bunch of controversy going on right now, too.
But good on Kellen Moore, because you don't want that distraction. Usually these asshole coaches who are all about themselves, like Shanahan, is the perfect example. A week before, the Falcons were in the Super Bowl in that 28-3 game. He took the job with the 49ers. We all knew he was going anyways. Just wait until an hour after the game. Like, just figure out the fucking game and then wait, dude. I like what Kellen Moore's doing. Like, let's put the focus on the team, try to win a fucking Super Bowl, and it's not about yourself. Like, we all know he's going there. Just wait. Wait until this is all over. Focus on the Super Bowl and try to win. So that I actually like about Kellen Moore, and I think that's a very big positive for the Saints heading in. But, as far as these teams go, I thought they had the two best defenses. Mahomes is obviously all world, and it's, I said he was going to get the three-peat. By the way, quick updates. Pat Riley did license three-peat to the Chiefs, so all their gear that is pre-made and is sold after the Super Bowl, if they're able to pull it off, the rights will go to Pat Riley.
He's going to make, I think, an estimated 10 mil.
But he still has to license it, so that deal did go through this morning.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have to do anything.
All those shirts are going to go to Africa.
He doesn't have to license anything.
Well,
they have to license it.
I'm sorry. Yes, correct. But he's still got to sign off on the license. Yeah, it's a two-way street.
I mean, why would you not do it and make free $10 million just for squatting on a fucking
people are
phrase
fucking
from 30
dumb,
years ago,
dude. Who knows? Because you could jack up the price and the royalties.
Pat Riley might be the best businessman in sports.
I know. And it was, by the way, Byron Scott who created it. And Pat said, "Can I take this and trademark it?" And Byron Scott said, "What's a trademark?" So. Sorry, Byron. I thought two best defenses, all-world quarterback, and I think that's it. And the way the Eagles are able to draft, I've always said the same thing for years, that they were just a quarterback shy of winning a Super Bowl. And I think that's going to be the case on Sunday as well. All right, let's get to the game itself. Once again, this is brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. There is a million props that we will go over today on the show. And I'll be not only giving my picks, but I will put these bets, same as I do every game for the entire year, in Drinkin' Bros Sports on Facebook. It is a private group. That way you can see these bet slips every single week in there. And I'm going to pop these up early just in case something wild happens this weekend or whatever, that you guys have these. There was a listener here, and I'll shout him out now because I asked for your feedback last night, who said to bet it all except for the 10 grand. So I am going to do that and at least double the money in case I do lose these bets. But then it's still a successful season if you've doubled your money. But I want to go for the record here.
Go out on your shield, bet it all.
I want to. Well, here's the thing: they won't let you either. So right now you can bet. I think the max on the game itself is 22, and then a teaser is also 22 right now. The rest, though, we're going to go in some prop bets here. But if I can find his name, I will read it out. But he was the one who said, you know what, keep the 10, double your money, and go for it. And I'll find it in a second. But every odd we read on mybookie.com is from these guys. It's very similar to Vegas, except for the half a point. Vegas is still going with -1.5. MyBookie is going with -1 for this game. And not real sure why on that. Unless there's a lot of Eagles fans maybe betting on the sites versus in Vegas itself.
I think you've got the two best defensive teams, not just personnel-wise, but coaching-wise, in the entire NFL. It's going to be a close fucking game. That's what's happening here. I don't know that you got to lay off any of this on who's making bets or whatever, but you got Spags and Fangio. You've got the best interior defense in the league in Philly with two extreme upgrades in their secondary, and you've got Kansas City, who probably plays the best team defense in all of the NFL, right? The over-under is 49. That is very suspicious to me.
I'm dropping that, which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if you're looking at this game and wondering why it's close, they're going to run the ball a lot. There's going to be so the Chiefs are going to use end arounds with fucking homeboy with Worthy. And the other one fucking
there's Hollaway Brown. They're all healthy now.
Yeah, everybody's healthy and they're going to run the ball. The Philly's going to run the ball.
Yes.
And I don't expect them to. The Chiefs secondary, their safeties are good. I don't expect, it's Saquon is Saquon. Maybe he busts a 60-yarder, but I don't expect to see that in this game.
I don't know that the Chiefs have given up a 100-yard rusher on the year. I don't think they have.
This, I'm telling you, dude, this fucking Eagles run game is unbelievable.
It is.
He's going to bust one. He's going to bust a big run.
He's the best there is.
20 or 30. I don't know about 50 or 60.
They've given up a couple 100-yard rushing games, including 158 to Denver, 185 against Baltimore.
The Denver game was all backups. Baltimore, they
right.
actually played. So that one's fine. So just one?
Okay. So, 200 to the Steelers, although I don't know how much the Steelers were throwing the ball. 139 to the Browns, 116, 104, 101. I mean, it's...
But I'm talking about one running back. 100-yard rusher.
The Steelers would have been the closest thing to that for sure.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Najee Harris?
I'm just looking at the list of total rushing yards in the
game.
game.
Yeah, well, rushing yards is fine because 30 different people can run the ball and so can the quarterbacks and all that other stuff, right?
Lamar Jackson.
But as far as one running back, I don't believe one running back has had a 100-yard game against
Maybe not.
the Chiefs.
I mean, they were the 8th best run defense in the league.
Because the games where there are games where they let up 100, and there's the two that are about 200, but there's other ones where it's 30.
Lamar Jackson
50.
had 122 yards.
Right, but that's the quarterback, and you can't stop that, which is also an interesting pick that we'll get to later as far as rushing quarterbacks.
Eagles, by the way, 10th best rush defense in the league. And I think that's probably I think the Eagles are
interesting. I didn't know that.
I think the Eagles are probably a better overall run defense than the Chiefs. I would give Chiefs the nod on edge rushing for sure. There's no the Eagles have great players, but there's no Chris Jones on the Eagles, right? But their interior defenders are fucking so good.
Jalen Carter.
Carter, man, Jesus.
I think Carter will get there. Not yet. I mean, he's still poking people's eyes out and shit. Where it's just like
he's gonna win the MVP. So
he's not even close. Walter Wood, by the way, I want to give you a shout out. I'm taking your advice in Drinkin' Bros Sports here on Facebook, so we'll do that, and then we'll go over all these odds over here. DrinkinBrosTickets.com is next up here after my bookie, and everybody was talking about the prices for the game and them dropping. I want to confirm this and just make sure this isn't CNN talking. CNN ran this story, and Dan and I go usually to most of the Super Bowls. So let's see if that's actually true here. As far as prices go, looking at it right now, I mean, lowers are going for $4,800. These aren't terrible prices. No. Like the last row in the stadium's going for fucking $3,400. No, Dan and I, you've been to we got the cheapest we've ever been to was Patriots versus Rams, and it was $2,500 a piece.
And the lowers,
we were in the lower.
Yeah, lowers. For $2,500, that's as cheap as you're ever going to see it.
So that might be a Trump thing because these numbers certainly don't match up right now.
I mean, Atlanta's a great stadium. For sure, but there was quite a bit of fatigue there. I think
I'm tired of going to Atlanta Stadium for all this shit.
But here's the thing: Philly fans want to win, and Kansas City fans. I don't know if you look into the fucking universe here and see these people. They're not tired of it.
I know. I know.
There was some point where the Patriots fans stopped showing up.
It's number 6.
But it's not. They're not there yet.
Number 6 for Brady is where they got tired of it, and that's how we got the cheap tickets.
Speaking of that,
it's also New Orleans.
Yeah, it's also New Orleans.
Yes, and so the destination helps, man, because Vegas is Vegas, and New Orleans. You and I though have been there so many times for games. Because our partner in the ticketing company owns a shit ton of tickets there, season tickets there. So it's like, there's just no need. But
it's also 2.5 or 2 weeks or so before Mardi Gras, right? So it's party season down there.
Yeah,
and
dude.
It's already nice
because it's not just Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
it's
the whole fucking
the whole
Jazz Fest, all of it.
Yeah.
Like you got a ton of shit.
This is kind of the start of party season. The weather's gotten nice again, so yeah, of course, man. But I mean, frankly, who wouldn't want to go down there right now?
I know. So this dope. CNN story about tickets plummeting, and USA Today picked it up after that.
No, that's nonsense.
It's not true.
No.
I'm looking at these prices. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, our local media was talking about the prices being low too.
No, I'm looking at the numbers right now. Like these are.
For a rematch from 2 seasons ago, these are great numbers.
No shit.
$4,800 that's a normal ticket.
Yeah, and Benny hasn't been complaining, so I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'm looking at like even the cheapest lowers are $4,500 in the end zone. So like, we paid $2,000 less a ticket for the other one. So fuck that narrative. I don't want to hear it. And then Bob, do we have anybody else on today for the Super Bowl show?
No, you got it.
Okay, good. Because let's get to it, man. We got a ton of it. We'll shout out hardafseltzer.com. If you're going to the game, fucking grab a 12-pack and take it with you down there and have some fun, dude. Also, if you got Super Bowl parties coming up, grab a 12-pack. We just made 5,000 cases that went out. Another 5,000 cases next week. That is 20,000 12-packs around the nation right now. We're in 12 states. Go to hardafseltzer.com, enter your city or zip into our store locator. It'll take you to the closest location nearest you. Also in a ton of bars and restaurants. So if you are out watching the Super Bowl and want to drink it somewhere, find those restaurants and get fucking lit, dude. They're everywhere right now. And we're expanding rapidly. If you like what you taste, invest with us at wefunder.com/hardafseltzer. 30% of the company is still open up to you guys, our listeners. That does end April 30th, and that is the SEC rules and the government's, not ours. And we just found that out. So if you like it, go ahead and go for it. All right, let's start with the big one. And then for this one, guys, we'll go all the way around the horn. Derek, who do you have winning the Super Bowl this year?
I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Okay. Spread is -1.5. Is that including the 1.5 or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they'll win by it'll be a field goal. It'll come down to some bullshit call at the end, and they'll kick a field goal and win the fucking game. And Bucker won't have to smack his wife.
I mean, he won't have to. That I was looking forward to.
He won't have to, but he will because that's what the Lord wants.
Because he wants to.
Yeah.
D'Anthony, who you got?
I'm taking the Eagles.
Okay.
I think that the interior defense of the Eagles alongside Saquon Barkley is look, all bets are off in a game that includes Mahomes and especially Mahomes and Kelce, right? All bets are off on what's typical. But if you look at this on paper, the run game that the Eagles have plus their interior defense spells wins in almost every championship game.
Yeah.
Right. Now, this is an exception, maybe. We'll see, but I think the Eagles are going to win.
Now, for me, I have not lost.
Hold on. If the Eagles do win, Dan, Saquon will be the MVP.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to the MVP numbers because
unless they butt fuck him by letting Jalen Hurts run it in with a tush push. Like I don't care how effective the tush push is. I would like to see the numbers on Saquon Barkley in the red zone, or let's just say inside the 5, and how like him getting 1 yard. What's the likelihood of that versus the tush push is about what 75, 80%.
I think it's 90.
For us, it's way more.
I was going to say, I think it's 92. For me, if Phillies, let's say they're down by 6. They're on the 1 yard line with 1 second left. Are you going with a tush push or are you going with Saquon Barkley?
Saquon.
I'm going with the tush push.
Yeah, me too.
Are you going tush push?
Way.
Yeah. Delco? It's just, I don't know how you stop it. I've never seen anybody stop it.
It happened once, but
who was it? Do you remember?
Well, it didn't work like
times.
5 times this year total, I think.
I watched that last game. Remember, they were just jumping over the thing, and finally the referee said
really
the weirdest
funny,
shit of
though.
all time.
That was really funny.
If you guys can't play the game the right way, we're gonna fucking just give them a touchdown. I was like,
Young
what?
Hockley? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, what was that, dude?
That's a rule.
Is it really?
It's 82. The Eagles, it's 82.4%.
My God. So yeah, I'm going with the tush push.
But what percentage of the time does Saquon Barkley get 1 yard? It's 82% or higher, I would imagine. There's no way it's not.
I wouldn't risk
Yeah,
it.
but that's
By the way,
that number on a tush push, it's always within a yard. They only need a yard.
That's what I'm saying. So if you only need a yard, what's the difference?
Numbers are going to be but Saquon's numbers are going to be higher, and it's going to be skewed because he might be running on first down.
Well, we could isolate 3rd down and 1 probably, right?
Just give me the dude that squats 600 pounds plus Saquon pushing him.
I agree.
Last year, by the way, the Eagles were 88.1. This year, 82.4.
Okay.
What's the big difference?
It's 6%. I mean, that's it.
That's a huge difference, though. What's the big difference?
I don't know.
Jason Kelce.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's not.
He might be the best center of all time.
He's pretty close.
Oh, he is.
He's pretty close. There's some good centers, but yeah, he's up there for sure. You're right. He's not there. I forgot about that. They asked his brother that the other day, which was funny. And for me, I'm going with the tush push.
The best part of that Super Bowl, by the way, was Chris Stapleton singing the national anthem.
He's really good.
Everything else, I didn't give a fuck about.
And the Eagles-Chiefs game?
Yeah.
You're kidding. It came down to the last play of the game?
Yeah.
Boy, it was awesome.
It was that game.
Great.
That game, it seemed obvious that the Chiefs were going to win the whole time. I don't know. I just felt it.
But I'm pretty sure Chris Stapleton's a gun grabber.
He might be a lib. I don't know. He can sing, though.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure he is.
All right, that'd be shocking.
Let's ask Rock. Is Chris Stapleton a fucking gay lord?
Yeah, ask him. So look, I've won for the last 7 years in a row on this show. The only one I lost was that 28-3 game where I got to get my hair perm. That's against the spread, by the way. This one's a little different. And Delco, here's where I need your help on this because I don't understand it. So we're on MyBookie. The spread on MyBookie.com is -1. It is 1.5 in Vegas. Yeah, I'd rather take it here than in Vegas, obviously, because you're getting 0.5 a point. However, if you take this -1, Delco, it is -110. If you take the money line on KC, it is -116. I'm going to take the money line just because it's only, I'm getting a full fucking point. Why wouldn't everyone just take the money line here?
Yeah, I mean, how many games end with 1 point difference, right?
Right.
So, I mean, if you take -1, you have you could push, so you don't lose. So you're just paying.
But you're not going to tie.
Right, but you're paying $6 to not tie.
Right. Well, why wouldn't everybody do that? And why is that number so low? So, for example, if you try to buy a whole point during the regular season, it's usually -145. This one is only -116, so it's like, fuck, dude, I'm doing the money line of the Chiefs.
That's because you're a square. Sharps like me, we're on the other side.
Yeah, of the Eagles. I mean, look, we'll get to you now.
Well, did you break even this year?
Guy like me?
Yeah.
Not a prayer.
That's old hat, brother.
Yeah, not a prayer. Delco, where are you going with this?
All right, let me set the scene for you. It's 5 o'clock. We're in the studio.
Yep.
We're all munching on some barbecue.
Yeah.
We're watching the end of the Waste Management.
Yep.
Jake Knapp finishing on his home course. The former bouncer wins the Waste Management Open.
What's he at?
Minus
He's
150.
150 or
Oh, no, I'm
160?
sorry.
There's no
150
minus.
to 1.
It's 150 to 1.
Yeah,
on,
150.
So $100 wins you 15 grand. We're going to be celebrating. I think Ross even put money on him.
I did.
So Jake Knapp closes the Waste Management Open. Eagles come out with their fucking hair on fire. Saquon rushes for 200 yards. Jalen Carter, 4 sacks. Jalen Carter actually wins the MVP with 4 sacks after I placed a bet at 60 to 1 to win the MVP. Not only that, the Eagles run away. They win by 20.
Oh, boy.
Jake Knapp wins the Waste Management. We have a surprise guest during the halftime show. Drake shows up, assassinates that fraud that is Kendrick Lamar. I celebrate all of this with cigar, champagne in studio.
I do have a bunch of nice cigars at my house I can bring.
Well, here's the thing. He's really bringing champagne cigars into the studio.
Wait, are you getting what kind of?
I said it's a curse. Like, as an Eagles fan,
I'm not
he's a
worried about
diehard Eagles fan.
Eagles fans
you
are
don't
already
do
cursed.
that.
There's
You don't
nothing.
do that.
Like we're gonna grease up the whole studio too. What kind of cigars are we talking about?
I was just going to get some fucking blunts and
No, you're not.
Swisher Sweets?
Under no circumstances are you smoking subpar quality cigars on my property.
Yeah.
So
All right,
get
bring 'em
good
in.
cigars.
He'll bring him in. He'll
Bring
bring.
him in
He'll
then.
bring in. He'll
I'll
bring in
bring-
good
I'll bring
cigars.
some good
He'll
cigars.
bring
I was
in
going to
good
get some
cigars.
Phillies and
No,
some Andre.
No,
Philly blunts.
are you trying to get murdered? What the fuck are you
The
talking
Andre,
about?
I'll join you on. I do love a nice glass of Andre, dude. Any Brutes, any Asti Spumante, I'm all in for.
No, you need Dom. Don't come in here weak.
No, I
come
don't.
correct. It's the fucking Super Bowl,
Dom's
dude.
too dry for
I'll
me,
have some
dude.
Ying.
Come in there with
me.
Swisher Sweets and Mad Dog 20.
That's what we're saying. Yeah, we got hard AFs all goddamn day. but,
Orange
yeah.
Jubilee for everyone.
This
That's the way to
champagne
go.
is for after his victory. You know that, Derek.
Yeah.
So this is after the victory,
Fucking
which is a
Listen.
lot, dude. That's a lot of jinxes on yourself over and over and over again.
You said they paid for the 3-peat copyright? I'm not worried.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you right here. What's gonna fucking happen is that Fangio's gonna get out coached
I don't
Oh,
see
by
it.
Spags?
No, by Andy
By
Reid.
Andy Reid, yeah.
by Andy Reid.
I agree.
That's what's gonna happen.
Nah, dude. Fucking Cooper DeJean hasn't given up a touchdown all year. We're fine.
No, these
Yeah,
guys
but
are all
yeah,
healthy.
I just
And
feel
I'll
like
tell
at
you
some point
why.
I'm going to see Cooper DeJean 20 yards behind Xavier Worthy.
It's not
Oh,
gonna happen,
yeah.
dude. He's like the fastest white man alive.
Or Hollywood Brown, or D-Hop is not as fast anymore, but his hands are sensational. Bob, who you got?
Chiefs get the 3-peat. They cover. It does come down to a single possession game, and
Yep.
I think they cover, but I think it's really close, like 2 or 3 points.
Look at the shape of Rob right now. Total square.
I'm actually happy no matter what happens. Would love to see
That's the gayest
Saquon.
thing.
I don't care. I would love to see Saquon win. Because I actually like him.
Yep,
You know what I
I
mean?
do
And
too.
all the
I do
just
too.
anybody that comes out of the Giants organization and then goes somewhere and has success, I'm like that. Good for you, dude.
Yeah.
That's like when one of your buddies is dating some crazy bitch and then he gets a good wife and you're like, oh, fucking finally. Bro.
Yeah.
But then again, a 3-peat, it's never been done.
I know. We've never seen it in our lifetime.
Never been done. So
First of all, Dan, they're all fucking crazy. So at one point, they're going to become crazy. It doesn't matter.
Sure, yeah, but you got to manage the crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, does your crazy match up with? Are you crazy to compliment me?
Well, Dan.
Well, this is use. This is discipline.
That's
Yeah,
right.
sure
yeah,
is.
yeah, and then some people need both.
Yeah, Dan's like Taylor Swift. He wins no matter what.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She grew up an Eagles fan.
She's a winner.
Yeah,
She's a fucking winner,
She
dude.
grew up. I think her first job out of high school was as a surfboard.
No, she's a supermodel, and
No,
most
she's
legs
definitely not a
famous.
supermodel.
She's been hitting the gym. You see her fucking legs?
I know. I saw it,
don't-
dude. Looks amazing. She looks great.
I'll hold out hope for that. Maybe.
looked great at the Grammys
I
the other
can't
night.
tell if that was an angles thing
No,
or
there
whatever.
was several other shots of her legs looking ridiculous.
Yeah.
She's dating Travis. She's got to get thick.
She does.
Yeah,
dude.
she knows that Travis likes that.
Yeah, well, she's better hit the tanning bed too. By the way.
Well, she did. She looked great.
No,
dude.
I mean like really hit the tanning bed.
Well, not that hard.
Do you wanna go
You don't
through-
want to go blackface.
Do you
We're
wanna
not
go
doing the
through-
Soul Man.
Do you want to go through Travis's ex-girlfriends really quick?
Oh my God, she's one of them's on our buddy's reality show, by the way.
Yeah. She's
Who, Kayla?
Yeah, she's on Rudy Reyes' show, the Special Forces show, and
Kayla's
literally
the one who-
when
he
they
brought her to my wedding.
really. So when they interviewed her, they were like, "I'm sorry," because the other celebrities, like they're famous, like Denise Richards and like Cam Newton, which I didn't know Cam Newton went bankrupt and now has to do all this fucking weird shit. That's weird. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but whatever. And then they got to her, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Hats aren't cheap.
And they were like, "Hey," exactly. And they were like, "Hey, what do you do?" And she's like, "Oh, you probably know me. I was Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend." They were like, "Cool, but like, did you do anything else?" Or she's like, "I'm a social media influencer," and you're like, but did you do anything? Like, and not really. That was it. She just said she's Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend. So,
by the way, I need to be on that fucking Special Forces show.
Oh, you want to do it?
Yeah, we make that work.
We can make that happen.
Fuck yeah, I want to do it.
Okay. Oh yeah, we'll call Rudy. He was just on 2 weeks ago. Yeah. They're picked up for like 4 more seasons. So like, dude, they're looking for people if you want.
The question is, who's Jason pulling for?
Oh, that's right.
Jason says he's pulling for the Eagles.
Really? Did he really?
Yeah.
Not his own brother?
Yeah.
That's fucked. Wow. Traitor in the family.
I'd feel betrayed if he took Travis over the Eagles.
His own brother, dude? Come on, man. That's crazy.
You think?
Here's the thing about this game that's really what it's going to come down to. So the Kansas City Chiefs offense is pretty dynamic. They do a lot of different things.
Yep.
When you think of the Philadelphia Eagles offense, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Jalen Hurts not being able to throw the ball.
No, I'm talking about like their scheme.
Oh, just run.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think
it's a lot easier to scheme against that than it is to scheme against an offense that can do so much shit. And that can and listen, Fangio's an old school guy. So he's gonna come out there and he's gonna have like an old school mentality to this, and they're gonna get fucked. I'm telling you.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
We also got the better receivers. We're the better team. It doesn't matter. They got the better.
Not the better
coach.
team. Though.
We are the better team. Like all around, we are the better team.
One team is going for a three-peat. The other one isn't. Yeah, I mean
they have
that's
way more talent. It's you can't even.
The Chiefs have lost one game.
Yeah, one game all year. That's it.
And then they came back and beat that team.
Yeah, Sirianni will do some goofball move, and then they'll lose by 2 or 3. It'll be a Butker field goal at the end. Let's get to the other biggest number here for the Super Bowl that everyone is betting as well. The over-under is 49. Derek, what do you got in this one?
49 is kind of high. It's going to be a defensive game,
49 right now is a 28-21 game. That's kind of how this shakes out. So like,
no, but I still think that's too many points. I think it's more like it's like a 21-14 game.
Really? So 35 points, huh?
Yeah, I think that's more likely.
Whew. With all that talent on the field on both sides?
You have an offense, you have one team that likes to run the fucking ball. Like they're going to try to control the clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't score a lot of points doing that.
But I mean, KC's got to throw the rock. Shit.
Oh yeah, they will, but I don't think Kansas City, they don't score more than 30 points in a game. They just don't.
They don't. But you've got to against the Eagles, I think. I think you have to.
Think so.
Eagles put up points, man. I think you've got to.
Yeah, but they put up points, but I don't think they put up points against this defense. I just don't think they do it. I think that they control the clock well, and they're not able to finish.
Well, let's get your final score then. So what's your final score? You've picked the Chiefs. What's your final score for this over-under?
I think it's going to be 24-21.
That's what I have too. Dan, what do you got?
I think the same, actually.
Yeah, I do. So I got
somewhere around there, 24-21. Yep. That's what I think.
So for me, I'm not betting the over in this. However, this is in that tease for $20,000, which I'll get to now. I'm going to tease up the Eagles to 7.5. Take that in the teaser, and I'm going to drop the over down to 42. I think the score is 24-21. That is 45. I will win by 3 points in that. And just because of the talent on the field, man, I don't see how they don't get to at least 45 fucking points on both sides of the ball.
45,
There's just too much talent on both sides there.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I think if you tease that over down, you're probably safe on that one.
Yeah.
I would
try to tease that down to at least 44.
I mean, you can tease it down to 43 just with a standard teaser, so why not, right?
Yeah, for sure.
43, I have a hard time believing they don't hit 43.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, Yeah. If they don't, it'll be a fucking 17-15 game.
I know, and it's something weird, dude, and I just can't see that happening.
RFK just got confirmed.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that on the Drinkin' Bros podcast after this. Good. Congratulations. What were the numbers?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Delco, what do you got for over under here? 49.
Got the under. Eagles 42, Chiefs 6.
This is madness today, dude. This is absolute madness. Don't listen to that, dude.
Just typical Eagles fucking fan.
Typical Eagles fan. God, that's why
Not even
nobody
worried
wants
about
them to win.
Not even
This
worried
is why
about it.
no one wants that. Everybody's rooting for Saquon Barkley. He's made that team likable. And then the fans come in and you're just like, God damn it, I want them to lose.
No one likes us. We don't care.
Yeah, if
I
it
know.
wasn't for Philly, then we would win Pennsylvania every year on the Republican side.
It's true. It's very true.
Bunch of fucking morons.
Although Fetterman got a little CTE and came back normal, so
Fetterman's
there's
your
help.
guy now, I think.
I know.
He's your little sleeper cell.
I know.
I wonder what treatment he did, to be honest, because
Stem cell.
there's 3 treatments that are kind of new for stroke victims. One, stem cells. You get ejected into the middle of the back to pass the blood-brain barrier. That's one. One is called high energetic medicine, which is where they literally just pump volts into you. That's one, and then the other one is
Frankenstein?
is kind of, yeah. Like the idea is that your body vibrates on a certain resonance.
Yep.
And that when it gets out of resonance like that, your cell structure starts to deteriorate. And applying, there's a good citizen about this from a week ago with E.M. Burlingame, former special forces guy. But the energy is supposed to vibrate in a certain way that puts your cellular structure back on the right vibration. That's the other one. And the other one's plant medicine. DMT, psilocybin, ayahuasca, shit like that. I doubt it's the latter.
Okay. Yeah, Delco, when I got out of that coma after 11 days and had to go to PT, that's what they used was the
TENS machine and shit like that.
Those electrodes,
Listen.
and then they'll dial up the dials to see what you can handle, and it helps your muscles respond faster.
I
so.
tried to tell you, though, he was always like this. When he had the stroke, I think he got taken advantage of.
By his wife or the party?
By the party.
Yeah.
Maybe. Rob, who you got in this over under?
I like the under, but I think both teams score in the 20s.
Yeah, I do too. And I personally, I hate betting unders. Like, I just hate it. So I'm just going to drop it down instead. Now we'll get to the fun ones here because there's a bunch of them here. Let's go with the big one here, MVP. Derek, who you got winning the MVP for the Super Bowl?
Oh, fuck, this is...
Patrick Mahomes is the favorite. He's at plus 110, which is basically even odds. Saquon Barkley is at 2.5 to 1, which is great odds. Jalen Hurts is at 3 to 1. Travis Kelce is at 15 to 1. Xavier Worthy at 25 to 1. AJ Brown at 28 to 1. Kareem Hunt at 50 to 1. And Chris Jones, that's 54 to 1.
Man, if I was... I'd put some money on Chris Jones. I really would.
Okay, well, he's gonna find somebody that he's gonna fucking take advantage of him on that field. Delco's going Jalen Carter. By the way, Jalen Carter's odds have now shot up to 70 to 1. And then Devonta Smith is at 64 to 1, so he's replaced it.
I think it's gonna probably be Mahomes. That's a safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just want to, I think Chris Jones is somebody that will. I think he's gonna fucking go crazy in this game. Like, I really do.
He's amazing.
You see him after that AFC Championship game, dude. He was fucking so emotional. He is fucking jazzed up. They want to make history. Like, they don't care. They want to make fucking history. This team is serious about winning this fucking game.
I know, man. And when we talked to Travis, like, he was all in. He was like, "We're winning this fucking game, dude." So I agree. Who you got, D'Anthony?
I'll sprinkle both Saquon and Jalen Hurts. I don't think plus 110 is even worth.
That's right, because you have the Eagles. Yeah,
Well, forget about that. I don't think plus 110 is even worth betting.
No,
to be
me neither.
honest, because to be honest, that's super low considering there's so many other players on the field.
So much talent on the field on both sides of the ball.
But to be fair, if it wouldn't be one of the receivers, so Casey's talent is concentrated in the receiver core, aside from quarterback, and in the defense, right? Defense isn't winning it, probably, right? That's a long shot, and none of those receivers are winning it unless
in our Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's a long shot bet, and all of the other talent are wide receivers, they're probably not going to win over Mahomes. So I think that's a bad bet. 1 plus 110. Saquon at 2.5 to 1 is a good bet. Jalen Hurts at 3 to 1 is a good bet, right? I would sprinkle both of those, and then I would obviously. I'll probably sprinkle something light on Chris Jones and Jalen Carter because I think those are the two most likely outside of a skill position guy to win.
Okay. Bob, who won it last year during the overtime game?
Mahomes.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I thought it was the receiver.
No.
Okay.
Mahomes
So it was
won
Mahomes?
all the MVPs have gone to Mahomes for the Chiefs win.
Yeesh.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Man, that sucks. Okay. I'm going to sprinkle. I thought I was this close. I'm going to look at DeAndre Hopkins here at 200 to 1. He's never won a Super Bowl, and this is pretty much one of his last shots here. This is why he came to this team in the first place, for no fucking money and everything else, dude. And he's one of the best receivers in real life that I've seen, just with his ability with the hands. Like, that motherfucker can catch everything, and I think you're going to have to open it up against Philly's defense here to win this game. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on DeAndre Hopkins.
I think if you're going to sprinkle a wide receiver, it should be Xavier Worthy because he's going to run the ball, he's going to catch the ball, and don't forget that he's their punt returner.
Yeah.
He's at 25 to 1. That's not bad. Yeah, I'll put a little money on that. And then Delco, internet, go down.
Now we're back. We survived.
Look at us, dude. We're survivors, too.
Power through.
What about Pacheco? Where's Pacheco?
Pacheco's way down there because Kareem Hunt's starting.
Kareem Hunt's 50 to 1.
So Kareem Hunt is starting. Which, look, Kareem Hunt might not be bad either. But Pacheco's at 100 to 1.
Kareem Hunt's pretty bad.
You can also take Carson Wentz at 150 to 1. Just like if Mahomes gets knocked out.
You can also just hand me your money because it's the same way. Just throw it out the window or burn it or something like that.
Think about this. Carson Wentz, if they win, he's going to have won a Super Bowl not playing for the Eagles and have won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs not playing for the Chiefs.
What a great life, dude.
Yeah, we did a show with Drew Bledsoe a month ago maybe. I don't remember when it was, with Candace and Gerard. And he was like, about that first Super Bowl with the Patriots. He's like, it took me a long time to put that ring on.
I'm sure.
Even though he's the one that won them the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I don't know what Carson's deal is, but I don't know if look, he was this time it's just like you're a backup, who cares, right?
Playing in the NFL at all, I think we all really, really take for granted of how hard it is. Not only just to make it and stay on a team.
The difference between the backup quarterback on an NFL team and the best quarterback in any, and to include college, right, is a fucking light years.
Yeah. And all these people on The Bachelor who are like, I played football and whatever. It's just like, no, you were on the practice squad in the NFL. And it's like, hey, that's it.
That's still better than me.
That's not even a cup of coffee.
No.
If you're not a vested vet and you're getting fucking benefits, then you didn't fucking do shit.
I agree. And then Bob, we already know who Delco's taking. Bob, who you got for MVP?
Do you have a pick for MVP?
Yeah,
Jalen Carter.
He already picked Jalen Carter.
Here's my. Look, Mahomes is obvious, but why bet Mahomes? I'm going to give you dark horse picks here.
Okay.
If this game is not close, if this game is by 17, something like that, two names I like are Zach Bond, the best linebacker on the Eagles, arguably, at 75 to 1, because defensive players tend to win when it's a blowout. They won in the Broncos won. They won when the Seahawks beat the shit out of the Broncos. Defensive player won when the Ravens beat the shit out of the Giants back in the day.
Buccaneers.
Defensive players win MVP typically when it's a blowout. That's the only time they do win, typically. So that one, and then another guy who put up great numbers in the Super Bowl against the Eagles last time for the Chiefs. You can get Chiefs linebacker Nick Bolton at 240 to 1. He had a scoop and score, I believe, in the Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl last time.
Not going to happen again, brother.
I'm just telling you, if you want a random person, because I forget who the Seahawks MVP was in that Broncos Super Bowl, but no one was putting money on that guy. And the reason is because he was in the right place at the right time, got turnovers and shit like that. That is Nick Bolton's MO. I could see him getting it.
Malcolm Smith.
If I'm going, you mean Malcolm Butler?
Malcolm Smith, the linebacker for the Seahawks.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We're talking about the game they destroyed Denver.
Oh, I didn't know about the Patriots game where they lost to or they beat the Seahawks. If you're going to sprinkle real deep like that, Look at Juju Smith-Schuster at
No
300 to 1.
No
down
way.
there.
Don't take a receiver. That's a waste of money.
That's
If you're
dumb.
going to sprinkle deep, sprinkle defense because that means it's a blowout.
If he happens to get 150 and 2 touchdowns or something like that because he's open, like
Mahomes will still win.
I know,
It doesn't matter.
But
Yeah,
that's what I'm
Mahomes-
saying. If you're just trying to sprinkle, like
Only 4 wide receivers have ever won MVP. Oh, this is regular season.
yeah,
It was Jerry Rice twice, by the way.
Super Bowl though. I remember Santonio Holmes winning and some other people like
Telling
I
you.
don't know about some other people. I only remember Lynn Swan won
Jerry
in
Rice.
76.
Sprinkle.
Julian Edelman won 1 year.
Oh God, that's
Kupp.
right.
He was
the
the-
last
he was-
receiver was Cooper Kupp.
Edelman was no. Edelman was the last one to win Super Bowl MVP.
Nope.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Not according to Google AI. Google AI, you're
Google
fucked.
AI, wrong.
Yeah, they're wrong.
I'm telling you.
AI isn't there yet, guys. It's not. Yeah.
Sprinkle defense. Sprinkle ball hawk linebackers.
Oh yeah, Cooper Kupp won, and then so here are the last 4 non-quarterbacks to win: Cooper Kupp, Von Miller before him, Malcolm Smith on the Seahawks. What was that, 12? Yeah, I think
Malcolm Butler
And
didn't
then-
win for that pick against
No.
this. God damn,
No,
that's
and then
crazy.
Julian Edelman before him. Wide receivers and defense kind of split it on that one.
Yeah.
Hines Warren won back in whatever year that was.
2006 maybe. What year was that?
They beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, was it
No.
4?
No.
Or
Was
five?
that when they beat?
They beat the Seahawks.
Oh, the 05 one.
5. That's
Yeah,
it. Defense
Okay.
is more like. I think if you're gonna you sprinkle a wide receiver, Xavier Worthy, who also returns punts, is probably. I mean, if it's a close game and he catches a touchdown, runs for one, and like not all 3, but 2 of the 3, and runs one back, then he's probably going to be MVP, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a good bet. And what was Xavier Worthy? 25 to 1.
Last running back to win
Yeah.
was Terrell Davis.
98 or 99 or 99 or 2000.
It was the
the first
97
one.
Super Bowl.
98.
98 Super Bowl 97 season. Yeah,
Yeah.
Elway won the next year.
Okay. Let's get into some player props here because these are fun. One of them, 2 of them, I bet really, really fucking heavily on. And I'll go ahead and start here. So I put 5, because these 2 I've already bet, and I'll post these right after the show is over. So that way all the bets are up there. And Drinkin Bros Sports on Facebook. All right. One of the biggest heavily bet things I bet was over under 5.5 for total rushing carries for Patrick Mahomes. In these games and in the playoffs, he runs the ball more than he does in the regular season, and I think he's going to have to here to get out of some jams with the Eagles' defense. So I've got over-under on 5.5 as far as his carries go. I've got $500 on that. I've also got $500 on the over for Pat Mahomes' rushing yards at 30.5. I believe he had somewhere in the 40s the last time he played the Eagles. I think he's going to have to get out of jams there. The other one that I bet, which was a huge shocker to me, and I can't really figure out why this number exists, is Saquon Barkley receiving yards. I put $500 on. The over-under on his receiving yards for this game is 14.5. Why is that so low?
Spags.
Is that it? Just the respect for him? But I mean, one of these, he's going to run out somewhere and then hurdle someone. I mean, even one play, he could break that. I don't really get it.
One screenplay could be.
Yes. One screenplay, even at the end of a half, he could do
Has
that.
he been getting a lot of targets in the playoffs so far? I haven't really been paying attention to that specifically.
The Eagles have been up, though, so much that that's also what's difficult about it. So
He caught one pass for 4 yards against the Redskins. And against the Rams, he caught 4 for 27. So
Yeah.
even then,
Yeah.
he doubled it up.
but they were beating the Redskins pretty handily.
I mean, that's like 2 check down passes.
That's it. 2 checkdowns. So I got 500 on that as far as like some of those go here.
Wait, yeah, against the Packers, it was 2 for 4 yards. So I don't know. I mean, he's been inconsistent with it. Maybe that's why.
I think
but
they've got to throw
but
to him, though.
I think that's a good bet. Yeah, because if you're running, if you're trying to open up that side of the field, whichever side of the field you're on, but if you're trying to open up AJ's side or Devonta's side, throwing that check down pass to fucking Saquon makes those linebackers think about dropping back in coverage, right?
Yeah.
Or it makes them think about, it makes the safeties second guess whether they should pull off early and go cover that deep threat. So, yeah, I mean, you would think that Moore is going to throw to him a little bit out in that flat. You kind of got to, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to surprise this defense somehow because Spags is just too good.
But then again, Spags is definitely looking for that, and don't be surprised if Jalen Hurts doesn't throw an early pick 6 because those routes get jumped. The same way the Eagles, I don't know if you saw the way the Eagles were playing those screen plays against the Redskins. Mm-hmm. Fucking the ball comes out of Jaden Daniels' hand, and almost instantly the fucking linebacker's making contact with the receiver.
Yeah.
Like blowing him up, like every single time. So don't be surprised. And that's what happens when it's the Eagles. When it's Spags, that's a pick 6 probably, to be honest. So
they're going to lose. All right. Next up is passing touchdowns here for Patrick Mahomes. 1 is not worth it because it's at minus 1,000. 2 is it's minus 200. That's not worth it either. Here's where it gets interesting. 3 touchdowns for Pat Mahomes, plus 170 there. At 2-1. So what do you do?
I wouldn't do it.
No, that's not good enough.
Okay.
Give me 0.
I don't need to hear your picks anymore today.
What are those odds?
We're all done.
What are those odds? Just tell me those odds.
There isn't one for 0.
Those should be on the board.
It is not on the board. You know why? Because it's Patrick fucking Mahomes. So unless he dies in an American Airlines jet on the way into the stadium, dude, there's no fucking way.
He gets hurt first series.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He'll wrap it up, tape up, come out. He always does.
A Japan Air flight ran into a fucking Delta plane up in Seattle today.
Really?
Like on the ground. It just like fucking clipped him going by or something.
Jesus Christ.
It's I don't want to say anything super rude about it, but I think maybe it was because their eyes are so closed.
Right. They were slanty a little bit. Pat Mahomes, 4 touchdowns, 5 plus 500 on that one. That's 5-1.
I doubt he's throwing 4. Here's one that I do like. Well, let's stay with this.
Well, okay, yeah. So Jalen Hurts.
Most completions between them, it's not even close.
No, but Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdowns, plus 150. Jalen Hurts, 3 touchdowns, 375. Jalen Hurts, 4 touchdown passes, 12-1.
Do you want to see? This is my favorite one, actually.
Okay.
It's most passing yards in the first half. And it's Mahomes is minus 232, but Hurts is plus 170. That's not anything. You should sprinkle that.
Chiefs are always slow in the first half.
Yeah. And they want to run the ball in the first half, too. Right.
Is there a bet for if the Chiefs will be down? Because, look, they don't play until the second half.
There'll be like by quarter scores probably.
They'll be down by fucking 10 at halftime and then come back and win by a touchdown at the end of this fucking thing. So, yeah.
Most consecutive completions for Mahomes. The under is 7.5. The over is 7.5.
So for that, the odds, the first half odds, the Eagles are plus half a point, minus 120 plus half a point. So they think it's, the Chiefs are even odds to be winning at half.
Interesting. That's why. I mean, they just don't play until the second. They don't fucking care until the fourth quarter. Shit, you could extend out to the fourth quarter. Player passing yards, including overtime. Jalen Hurts. Over 234 yards plus 130.
Under,
right?
Yeah.
He doesn't ever throw.
No,
for 200
and I don't
yards.
think he needs to beat the Chiefs either. That's not his game.
Right.
I think check down passes and running the ball well is what's going to win them this game, and being disciplined and not throwing interceptions like the one trying to fucking pull off some trick play or whatever fucking bullshit when on a screen pass or something that gets blown up. I just think it's a mistake. To keep it simple for them, and the Eagles aren't stupid. They know this.
Yep.
Against Spags, keep it simple. If you think you've outsmarted him, you're about to get fucking killed. You know what I mean? Like, just don't even think that. Just play a simple, hard-nosed football and let him. There's no game plan for that. That's my guys versus your guys.
Yeah.
Whoever executes in the fucking on the line and out there in the flat is who wins. And to be honest, the Eagles have as good a chance as the Chiefs to win that one. But when you start trying to fucking get into some trickery and shit, good fucking luck. So I think probably 185.
Delco, if you think it's going to be a blowout,
he doesn't really think it's going to be a fucking blowout.
294 pays off at 4-1 for Jalen Hurts.
He's not going to throw for that many yards. We don't need to. We're going to run the ball down there.
If they're blowing him out, they're just going to run the fucking ball. So.
Yeah, if they score a couple of quick touchdowns early, they're not throwing the ball for the rest of the game.
Okay, and then Mahomes' odds to me personally aren't worth it. I mean, you're looking at even at 294. So let's say Patrick Mahomes throws for 300 yards. you're fucking basically 2-1 on
I
that.
don't think he's throwing for 300
I don't think
either.
so
I think
either.
maybe 270 tops is what I would
Yeah.
say. Here's another good one.
He could honestly get it though. Our defense is like straight up bend don't break. It's
Well, they're gonna have to throw the ball.
He could. I just
They're
don't.
gonna have to throw the fucking
I
ball.
think the Chiefs are going to want to control the clock. Remember that first drive the other day? What was it? 20 plays on that first drive.
yeah. Mahomes gonna have to go on like 16 to 20 play drives to score.
Yeah. Here's a good one. Eagles to have a roughing the passer penalty. No is minus 222. Yes is plus 170. They're definitely going to have one.
Who?
For the Eagles to have a roughing the passer penalty on home.
Okay.
Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes gonna flop.
100%. That's
Yes,
happening.
Jalen Carter will poke him in the fucking eyes.
It's at plus 170.
Oh, I'm all in on that.
Yeah, I'm taking that one. I just
Fuck yeah,
I just
dude.
bet that one. Good Lord, that's crazy. Here's another one I liked, and this is going back to Saquon. Let me find it here. Eagles. This is Eagles to have a 20-plus yard passing play. Or I'm sorry, rushing play. I can't find it now. God damn it. Here, keep going. I'll find
Rushing or passing?
it was rushing, but I can't find it now.
Okay.
Fuck.
That's a tough one, man. 20 yards?
They will have. Well, this was on the first drive.
On the first drive.
So Saquon has had a 20-plus yard break in every first drive this playoff so far. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Fucking
you know,
A,
like
dude.
I know he did. The Eagles, he had that 60-yarder, but I think he did in the other two
Had
games.
a couple
as well.
60-yarders.
Okay. National anthem here.
That's
I love this
easy.
one. I love this one. It's a black guy, Derek. So where are you going? Over or under there?
You can't buy points on this one, unfortunately.
No, you can't. So it's 1 minute and 23 and a half seconds, Bob. So that's essentially 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and you win this thing.
That's a long national anthem.
It is. And by the way, that's a huge over.
What was
but
it, 106
he is
last
an
year?
African American. Okay.
Wasn't it like 106 or 108 last
Yeah,
year?
it was a hockey, dude. Like that's easy. If it's white, you go under. If it's black, you go over. I'm going over in this, Derek.
I would, yeah. So that's a safe bet.
Yeah, it's John Baptiste too. Like, yeah, dude, he's going over this.
So Reba.
Reba keeps it clean and tight, dude.
94 seconds. And in 2007, Billy Joel did it in 90.
That's what white people do, though. It's clean and tight. Let's get the fuck out of there. For black dudes, no, this is their moment. You're gonna get a lot of runs, dude. Whoa, see, hey, you. I mean, you're going to get 12, 14 seconds just out of the opening fucking line, dude. So, no.
This actually is not
Smashing
even
the over.
This is 2 minutes, 3 seconds.
2 minutes, 4 seconds will get you the win.
Okay, man, this is actually not even the biggest one back at Derek's Super Bowl.
Yes, Dan and I bet on this, dude.
Lady Gaga
Yeah.
went 2 minutes, 29 seconds, which hit the over
Yeah.
of 220. So
we-
they set it at 220.
Yes. And because she's the one white who is so theatrical, Bob, yeah, we smashed that, dude. We smashed that.
Did you see the second Joker movie?
Not yet.
It's fucking terrible.
That's what everybody says.
But if you like musicals, you would probably like it.
right.
To be honest, because it's kind of a musical. But if you don't, then you're gonna just go ahead and kill yourself.
I like musicals. We'll find out. I'll pop it on. But yeah, it didn't get out. We were busy this year. But
Oh, here's alt lines. Have we talked about these yet?
no, I haven't talked about the alt lines yet.
So, Delco, do you think what do you really think is going to happen here?
Eagles by 14.
Okay, so what is Eagles by 14 then? What does that pay? It's going to be 13 and a half. So what does that pay off at?
Eagles, well, I guess you would be betting Chiefs minus 13 and a half. That's plus 3.7. It's only
No.
3.70.
You would be betting Philly minus 13 and a half.
They don't have those lines yet. They have plus minus. So it would be they have Philly plus, but no minus. Yeah,
Hang on. I think they do. Let me see.
it's
here.
not on this sheet.
If you go to more wagers, yeah, here's the alt lines. I just want to, yeah, here it is. I found it. I'm just curious.
Oh no, the highest they have Philly is minus 2.5.
No. This
Oh
is,
no, here's minus 181.
No, they have like
I see.
specific
numbers here. I'm on there, Dan. So right now, you can get the Eagles at, man, the highest my bookie's willing to go on this is minus 12 and a half. So that'll put you in the 14 range.
Oh no, they have
And that'll be plus 370.
they have minus 13 and a half. It's plus 400.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
4
you're
to
right.
1.
4 to 1. Do you take that?
not really worth it, no. I'm just going to cash it.
There it is. I knew it.
What do you mean?
Finally.
I'm trying to get you value right here. That's why I gave you Jalen Carter MVP.
No, dude, you said Eagles by fucking 90. You take this bet at 4-1 and quadruple your money.
Yeah, why not, dude? I'm taking money line anyway. I'm going to win money.
Chiefs minus 9.5 is only plus 250.
Minus 9.5 there? Ooh.
It's only plus 250. That's not enough.
Because they could come out and fucking dominate. Just throw the ball.
Yeah, but Saquon could come out and have multiple 60-yard runs for touchdowns.
Or they could stack the fucking box and shut him down and force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball.
Look at this entire season with Philly and find me a game where Saquon fucking Barkley got shut down.
Find me one running back against the Chiefs who's gone over 100 yards, including Derek Henry.
Derek Henry is not in the same league.
Sure is.
No, he's not.
50 yards short of him.
No.
50 yards short of him.
Come on, man.
Look at the numbers.
In a bruiser game like that, first of all, Derek Henry's only had one season in his entire career. He's had multiple 100-yard games before week 8. One time.
So what?
He's ever done that. I don't want to hear this shit. He gets into the fucking middle part of the season when people are hurt and blah, 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 and he runs all over teams and stacks up big numbers. But Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the league. He creates how many fucking big plays, 20-plus yard runs did Derrick Henry have this year?
I don't know, but I'm going to read you Derrick Henry's stats real quick.
I don't give a fuck about his top-line stats. You talk to me about the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't give a shit about that, right?
You have a 50-yard difference between Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. 50 yards, that's it.
I don't care about that. That's not
for the guy who's allegedly the most dominant in the league. 50-yard difference, that's it.
You're not fucking talking about the same thing here. You're talking about the compiled stats over the entirety of a season versus how good a guy is at breaking long runs and scoring touchdowns. It's not the same thing.
He has 16 touchdowns on the year, for Christ's sakes. He's a 5.9 average per carry.
So what?
Yeah. Derrick Henry.
So and what? What's the point you're making?
50 yards is what I'm making.
How many?
50.
How many?
And the Chiefs defense shut him down.
How many 50-yard runs?
He had 2 80-yard touchdown runs this year.
Mm-hmm.
How many did Barkley have?
I have no idea.
Over 80.
I'm just on Derrick Henry right now. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, I mean, this is craziness, dude.
It's not.
Henry
it sure is. It's 50-yard difference, and this guy's 4 years older than him.
Again, you're talking about completely different shit. We're not talking about 17 games. We're talking about one game and a guy being able to run on one team and break big plays on a regular basis, which is what Saquon Barkley does literally every week.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry's been doing it for years.
Every single week.
Saquon Barkley's been doing it for years.
What do you want? A run over how many yards?
20 yards.
I'm looking at Derrick.
I don't even have all of them, but I have his long from every game. Do you want that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
His long.
Please read these.
Okay.
For Henry or for
Henry? For Henry.
You can just read the last 4.
Okay.
44, 43, 44. Jesus Christ. He ran for 186,
so his longs,
138, 147, 162.
Yeah. His longs per game against the Raiders, 29, against the Cowboys, 29, against the Bills, 87, against the Bengals, 51.
So 3 of those teams are horrible.
What?
Right?
Who cares? Are you not counting Saquon's runs?
Yeah, dude. He played the Giants twice.
Sure, we'll count them.
27.
This is one where you say you're wrong and you move on, friends.
I'm definitely not.
You're
wrong.
off by 50 fucking yards, dude.
What are you talking about off by 50 fucking yards? We're not talking about the total goddamn number of yards he rushed for in a season.
Let's just look at the playoffs then. Pull up the playoff stats. I've got them. They're disgusting right here. 186 against Pittsburgh in the first round. Wild card, 138. 147, 162. I mean, this is fucking madness here at this point. Longs of over 40 yards in each one of these games. Like, Derrick Henry is fucking a world beater here.
Doesn't look as cool, though.
Doesn't look as cool. You're right. He didn't hurdle somebody backwards, and that I'll give you. But who do the Eagles even play in that shithole division? The Giants twice? Who else?
Commanders twice?
Redskins?
3 times this
Redskins
year.
have a terrible defense. Who else?
The Redskins were a top 5 defense. What are you talking about?
The Redskins?
Yes.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were. Yes, sir.
Look that stat up too. I don't think so.
It is shocking. They may have dropped out of the top 5 later in the season, but they were top 5 all year, shockingly, because they mortgaged their entire defense.
Who else is in that division over there with these guys? With the fucking...
Where are these fucking stats?
Oh, the Cowboys. The Cowboys are in there for 2 games, for Christ's sakes.
We had a hard schedule though. We played the Packers. We played the
you're out of
Buccaneers.
you're out
We
of
played the
your out of
Rams.
conference games were great for sure. But
Derrick Henry, fucking
I've got-
AFC North.
Washington coming in at 18 on Pro Football Reference this year. The 18th best team
18th,
defense.
so they
18th.
dropped off pretty far at the end of the season.
The Eagles are second, and the Chiefs are fourth.
Yeah. You're the two best defenses in the league, pretty much. Who was it? One?
The Chargers.
Really?
Yeah, they were by far the best.
They got fucking destroyed in the playoffs. That's crazy.
I mean, that's because Herbert turned the ball over 80 times.
That's true. Well, I mean, your defense can also force that. But, yeah, Henry only had 46 yards against the Chiefs, man. Their run defense is tough. I stack the box. Force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball. That's the easiest. And that's why I think they're going to win.
In fact, the NFC East did not have a team higher than 18th other than the Eagles.
No, because the NFC is fucking terrible.
That's what I'm talking about.
We beat the Ravens. We played a lot of fucking great teams.
The reason why the Chiefs keep winning every single year is because they play in the AFC, they play greatness all the time, and then they come in and they don't give a shit. Even the game that we were at, this fucking Chiefs Eagles game. I was sat with all Eagles fans at that Super Bowl. They were up by 10 at halftime. I asked the Eagles fans if they were happy behind me, and they were like, no, because Mahomes is going to come down and win this fucking game, and it's over with. There's nothing you can do.
It's a different team.
It's not. And if I'm Spags, you stack the
way
box
different.
and it's
Our defense
over.
is wildly different.
Jalen Hurts is still your quarterback, and that's it.
And he played awesome in the first Super Bowl.
He lost. That fumble down the leg, scoop and score, that cost him the game. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be one
The
bad
defense
mistake.
cost him the game.
What's the over/under on Barkley's yards in the Super Bowl?
Now that's up next here because that's a great one.
You're reading off top line stats. He played a game less than Derek Henry did, right? He missed a game. So beating him by 50 yards, yeah, he beat him by 170.
Derek Henry did not play in all games.
Yeah, he did. Played all 17.
I think it's an 18-game schedule, right?
18 weeks. 18 weeks. They're trying to actually, that's some news from today. The NFLPA was like, nobody's playing 18 games.
I would not do that either, dude. That's too many, right, Derek? It's too many fucking games.
I mean, 17 is too fucking many.
17's too many.
Saquon Barkley.
I can't find his
Total carries over/under will start here with 21.5. I'd say over.
over that. I would expect. Well, it depends on if they win or lose. If they're down, that's going to affect it, and maybe that's why they put it lower.
Here's an interesting one because you called this. Xavier Worthy carries over 1.5. Does he get 2 carries in this game?
Probably, you would think, right?
They usually do it once.
They always.
I think
do
that's a great.
They
I think it's a
always
great
do it once.
Pick for Vegas here.
Hold on, let me find
What
this
about
shit.
Dallas Goedert over half a carry?
I mean, he had one last game,
He
didn't
had
he not?
2.
Yeah, he had 2 carries.
So it's at 1.5 or over half.
Saquon Barkley's rushing yards start at 95.
Oh yeah, over, 100%. But again, if he's that's a tough one because if they're down by even a touchdown, does that change the way they play game?
I think they stack. Hey, Derek, on defense, what would you do to stop the Eagles? I would stack the box and force them to throw.
Yeah, you got to make Jalen Hurts. You got to make him one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So the goal as a defense is to make somebody, if they're really good at throwing the ball, make them have to try to run it, right? If they're really good at running the ball, make them have to throw it.
Right.
And if you make Jalen Hurts try to beat you with his arm, they're fucked.
Single coverage on A.J. Brown. Single coverage on Devonta Smith.
Hey, your receivers are great. It is your quarterback that's the problem.
Yeah. You don't have a quarterback that's capable of delivering those balls.
We'll see.
We will find out. I've not lost the last 7, so we'll find out. Let's see. Xavier Worthy, rushing yards. 17. Do you think he gets more than 17 yards? That's plus 190.
If he gets 2 carries, probably, because that end around they run, he usually gets somewhere between 9 and 13 yards.
He's so fucking fast,
Just
too,
2
man.
of those, yeah. I mean, if he breaks the quarter, he's getting 10 or 15 yards. So if he gets 2 carries, probably.
To me, it's such an unknown because he's so fast that, I could see him breaking a 30-yarder for sure, but who knows on that one. Pat Mahomes, rushing yards. I already told you I bet that one. Over-under's 30. Now it's up to 31, probably because I fucking bet so much money on it earlier today. Sorry about that. Whatever. Kareem Hunt. This is a really good one because I could see him having a good game. I really could. If they open it up with the receivers and everything else.
I mean, he could get a lot of yards because if they get up early, then they're just going to run the fucking ball.
But this is also a really good redemption story for him because he's coming back to this team after getting thrown off this team for kicking that lady. And I think he has a good game. So plus 64 yards, that might be a lot. Plus 44 over-under, that's minus 118. I think he goes over 44 for sure in this game. What do you think, Derek?
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
Pacheco here. Player carries 4. Yeah, he'll have more than 4, I think. But
he should.
He should. Mahomes carries, I already talked about earlier. It was over 5.5. I've already taken that. So we'll have fun there. Jalen Hurts. This is a good one. How many carries do you give Jalen Hurts? Since he can't throw, he's usually between the 12 and 15 range, right?
Should be healthy, right? Like he had 2 weeks to get ready for this.
Yes. So
they're going to have to
carry.
I mean, he carried the ball 10 times against the Redskins.
But that wasn't really close. Like,
yeah, but that's like if the closer it is, I think the more he's going to run.
No, not for your quarterback.
When he can't throw the ball, I mean, against the Rams, he only ran 7 times, but it was very effective, 7 for 70.
Shit.
Yeah, but you got to make a business decision when you're beating the shit out of a team. You're not going to risk getting injured as a quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's got to go for broke in this one because this is it. I think if he doesn't win this one, he never gets back.
Are we talking about? I mean, the Vegas doesn't give a shit about the difference, but I wonder how many design runs there are going to be.
Well, I'd say the sexiest number here on the chart is 11 carries is the over-under here, and it's plus 120. I think he has more than 11 carries for sure.
I mean, 10's been he's had 6, 7, and 10 so far.
But the Chiefs' defense is so good, he's going to have to run the ball too, I think.
You would think so. I mean, that would be part of my game plan, is to force a spy, right?
Saquon Barkley, 22 is the magic number for carries, dude. I think he's over that.
Jalen had 15 carries in the first Super Bowl.
15, yeah.
15.
Yep.
He also threw for 300 yards.
This Chiefs team's quite a bit. This Chiefs defense rather is quite a bit better than that one was. They were good then. They're really good now. I mean, this was the best defense they've had during this run.
They look locked in, man.
I wonder.
I know. Majority of my money is going on those big ones here. And let's get to some of the fun ones here. Taylor Swift. I know this is what you wanted here. Taylor Swift on TV during the national Anthem, America the Beautiful performance. Yes, is it plus 275? Yeah, dude. I'm hammering that, I think. They pop her in there. They pop her in as much as you can.
They're going to pop her in as much as they fucking can because that's how they're pulling all these extra viewers in that would never normally watch a Super Bowl.
During the national anthem is, this America the Beautiful, which is the song before. That's plus 275. To look at her during the national anthem is plus 350. Yes, I hit that too. Who will first be seen during the national anthem? Travis Kelce is minus 600. And then Taylor Swift is plus 300.
What's Andy Reid?
He's not listed. I think it's always the coach, though,
it's
right?
It's usually the coach, yeah. Reid or Sirianni.
So it's just a race between the two of them.
Correct. It's a race between Kelce or Swift.
Or neither.
Yes. Will Taylor Swift be mentioned by any on-stage performer during the halftime show? Yes or no? That's a hard no.
I love the yes.
Really? You think Kendrick Lamar? There's no way they're playing it together. Do you think that's going to happen?
Oh, that'd be sick. But
no shit. I'm with you, Bob. If you're really going for all the ratings, which is what this is, it's entertainment at the end of the day. You make her get on stage and sing that song. But if you're Kendrick Lamar, it's all about you, and you do not want to cede the stage to Taylor Swift. So, therefore, I say no on this.
He could also just be like, what up, Taylor?
Also, if you're Kendrick Lamar, it'd be a really smart business move to fucking bring Taylor Swift up there.
100%. And the Grammys were 2 days ago. He already won 5 for 5. He won all the awards. Now he's just going on tour after this. So, if you're trying to get people to come out on tour and buy tickets, I put Taylor Swift on that fucking stage, dude, for sure.
Yeah, even if it's for 30 seconds.
Who is it, SZA or SZA? She's the only one that's guaranteed. So, that one, she's already in. We can confirm that one. That one was already leaked. Will she be shown live, Taylor Swift, after the first Chiefs touchdown?
Yes.
No is plus 400. What if it's another player, though, that's not Travis Kelce?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because she'll be I guarantee she's in the same suite as Brittany Mahomes.
Yeah.
But what if it's a running back?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Interesting.
Because she'll be next to Brittany going bananas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Player to score first is on here, too. We haven't done that one yet.
Oh, yeah. We'll do
Speaking of the devil.
We'll
right?
do that one. My bookies asked us to go through the Taylor Swift ones. They want the ladies, too. I get it, my bookie. I'm with you. Taylor Swift, will she be shown live after Kelce's first reception? Yes is -200. No is +175. It depends. If it's a pedestrian fucking 5-yard out, no. If it's a bomb for a touchdown or a touchdown in the end zone, then it's yes. Derek, right?
I mean, I think they're going to show her regardless. Like, the camera is going to go to Taylor Swift regardless.
This next one is directly for you, Derek. Will Travis Kelce do the heart hand celebration at any point during the game for Taylor Swift?
Yep. Yes.
I think yes, too, but it's -600,
Well,
so they think so, too.
Here's the thing. Will he have the opportunity?
Yeah, exactly, because if he doesn't score, then, yeah.
Well,
yeah, if he scores a touchdown, I don't know, though. Travis, if he scores a touchdown, he might just go fucking nuts and not care.
Is there any prop bet on Kelce proposing?
Yes.
Yes.
And this is where we can just get everyone free money here.
Go ahead.
At great cost. Derek, is Travis going to propose this week?
Travis isn't going to do it. If Travis, he's fully sold out if he does it during this fucking game, because that's not like him.
Yeah, but he is kind of like the kind of dude that would propose at like Disneyland or some shit like that.
And he's sold out a few other times.
Like he's a bro. So.
What a moment, though, dude. Financially, and he's sold out financially for some other stuff here. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
That's moment. If he did it, holy shit.
It would be
global.
All they would talk about.
Instead of I'm going to Disneyland, he fucking proposes. Do you know how big a media event that would be?
Think about it. Win the game. They win the game, and he's on fucking stage, and they're waiting for him to do his like, you got to fight, or you got to. What was the last
fight
one?
for your right to party or whatever it is?
What
Yeah.
he did after the AFC Championship game was get down tonight.
Yeah.
And then he gets up there and does some. He'll fucking come up with something and bring Taylor up and fucking ask her to marry him. Like, I could see him doing that.
If he did ask her to marry, I mean, that would be the biggest global.
Well, what's the fucking
proposal of
what's
all
the
time.
prop? We haven't even said numbers yet. What's
so
the
no is -900. Yes is +400.
Wow.
that's pretty off kilter actually.
That means they don't think he's going to do it, which I don't think he is
I don't
either.
think he'll do it. I don't think he'll do it because he won't want to be distracted by that fucking during the game. Like, he's not. So it's not.
Not during. It doesn't say during though.
No. But you're still thinking about it.
You have to plan it out for after the game. He's not thinking about that shit. He's thinking about winning a fucking football game. Like, that's
because you've proposed, I've proposed, Bob, you've proposed before. Full disclosure here, I was so nervous that like I almost forgotten to get down on one knee. So like, yeah, I was thinking about it all fucking day, and like I remember just wanting to get it over with, so I could not think about it and have a normal fucking day.
Yeah, me too. Same.
Yeah.
Plus,
Bob,
I came, and that was embarrassing. So
clothes.
yeah,
That's gonna be happening.
yeah.
When will Taylor Swift be shown live the first time? First quarter -600. Yes, that's.
I bet they show her before the national anthem.
I agree. I think they show. Remember last year they showed her entrance into the stadium. So like it's going to be pregame.
They're going to show that. Yeah, they're going to show her. She's going to be one of the first people you fucking see.
Exactly. I think so too. So if you're out there and you're trying to get your girlfriend or wife or whoever involved in the Super Bowl, highly recommend these bets on MyBookie. That way, there's 20 of them. You can go through this and pick them out. So that way, she's hanging out and interested too. And have her bet the proposal one. That way, she's got to watch the whole game with you.
Good job, and go make a fucking sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. Or Harrison Butker her and say, hey, I want that Sammy,
Just
dog.
kick field goals between her legs. There's plenty of space.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Because they're pencils. Well, she's getting.
Oh, you're talking about Taylor Swift. I'm talking about Kelce or Butker's wife.
I don't even know what she looks like. I assume she's hot though, because Catholic athletes usually have hot wives.
Pull her up, Bob. I got to see who with this bruiser.
And also,
looks
you
like.
wouldn't
Butker's
wouldn't
wife.
waste your time smacking around an ugly girl. Just tell her to get the fuck out.
That's true.
Pull up Harrison Butker's wife. What are you doing?
Yeah, let's see her. Let's see this bruiser.
And don't spend the usual time surfing porn on the internet in between the requests. We don't have time for this shit. Oh boy.
Oh, is
it
there a
like
Catholic
that?
photo? Oh, right on Ash Wednesday.
I don't care about that. What, did she get struck by lightning?
She's a normie.
Fuck it.
I mean, it's fine. That's a babysitter. That's nothing like it's not a supermodel or anything. They have him on a beach somewhere, Bob. Yeah, let's get a swimsuit photo. You're showing me Ash Wednesday because you're Catholic.
She may not be allowed, actually.
To wear that's true. Wear a swimsuit out in public. Well, they're not fucking Muslim. You know, it's not like she's wrapped up like that.
I mean, her job is to make babies and food. That's.
Oh man, I'm not getting anything.
I'm telling you.
Also, I think they're high school sweethearts.
Really?
Yeah, I think so too. Are they Opus Dei? Do you see any weird rings or pins on them?
Any of that? Let's see these.
Harrison
touchdown
Butker. I mean, he attends Latin Mass, which is
That's not great.
that's hardcore. He went to Benedictine College.
No, that's a true mass right there. That's before
yeah.
Vatican II bullshit.
Fucking lives with Vatican II.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
Jesus.
want to stand up and sit down for 45 fucking minutes.
It's the worst. It's
Get
the
out of
fucking
here,
worst,
dude.
man.
Not even Catholic.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic. It's the worst. Doing that shit on the fucking pew, awful. And then they give you those little benches that fold out because you have to get down so many goddamn times. And it's just to get you to suck the priest's dick at the end of the day.
Well, you don't want to have cum in your mouth and sore knees.
That's true.
So
Yeah, you want to get that over with too.
yeah.
You want to start swallowing cinnamon. Just get used to it. Sorry, that was in the Menendez doc. Who do we have for first touchdown here?
The first up is Saquon at 275 plus 275. Then Jalen Hurts at 410. To be honest, I got to think Hurts is more likely than Saquon.
That's what I think.
Like Saquon will break for a touchdown at some point, I believe. But if it's a normal drive and gets down to the goal line, they always give it to Jalen for the touch push.
I think Jalen. I think that's a great bet. 4-1. I'll do that.
Even Kelce.
Dude, there's a ton of value.
I actually don't know. 5'10" for Kelce. That's not that great. I would probably take Worthy at 6'8".
If you like the 6, go with Kareem Hunt. He's plus 600 to score the first touchdown.
Yeah, I mean that's a
Is
good
he
one.
really?
Yeah.
But even Mahomes at plus 1225 is a good one because I think he's got two or three rushing touchdowns.
He does.
Right?
He runs a lot in the playoffs.
Two of them in the same game, I believe?
They did design runs from last game. I don't foresee them doing design runs or them. I mean,
maybe not in
cat's out of
the
bag,
first quarter. You know.
Kareem Hunt is a great one. Is that 6-1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all in on that. And then for the Eagles, I'll do Jalen Hurts. Where is Kelce at?
Kelce's 5'10".
Yeah, it's not that great. I mean, it's 5-1 is good, but I don't think Kelce will be the first. They're going to be all over him on the goal line.
Yeah.
Also, if you want value on first touchdown, Dallas Goedert.
12.25. Yeah.
Yeah, Dallas Goedert 12.25.
Even Hollywood Brown.
Do
is
they throw to him a lot, Delco?
in the red zone? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Goddard this year.
Goddard's the man.
Yeah, he was good. He's pretty good. He actually got 2 carries last game too. Oddly enough.
All right.
And then if you want something, because Andy Reid's a fucking weirdo, right? So you should maybe look out for a weirdo situation like P. Ryan.
Yeah, P. Ryan's at 34-1.
Yeah.
P. Ryan in real life, Jesus Christ, Derek, you and I were talking about him. That guy, he's built like a fucking brick shit house.
Even Juju is 2,100. That's not bad. Hollywood.
Not bad.
Hollywood.
Yeah, what's Hollywood Brown?
Well, D-Hop is 1,700. Hollywood is 11.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Those are all
dude.
good bets.
Now we're
if
talking.
If you just want to sprinkle stuff to make some extra money back, those are all
Yeah,
good
I'm gonna do that. I'll throw a hunch on each of those, dude, just to have some funsies with it. Last one here is we'll do 2 more. Color of Gatorade on the winning coach.
Red.
Because it's the Chiefs. But you picked the Eagles to win.
The Eagles will use red as well.
You won't use green?
No.
It'll be orange.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Why do you say that? That's an option
That's
here.
Players, that's what we like the most. We like drinking the orange Gatorade the best.
Really? Okay, so let's see. Orange is plus 300.
Orange offers great value. This is actually from a fucking betting site. Orange offers great value. It's the most common Gatorade shower color in Super Bowl history.
That's what Derek just said. Holy shit, dude. Just because you guys like the flavor?
Yeah, it's way better than all the other ones.
Man, that's not true. I was old school, dude. I like the green lime.
It's not ahead that much, actually. So 5 orange, 4 purple, 4 were clear, so it was just water, I guess. That's fucking gay.
Gay.
4 times it didn't happen at all. None.
Okay.
I don't know if they just showered hot dogs on them. Blue and yellow. It's never been red. So
Blue
that
is
was
7-1. Did you ever have blue Gatorade on the sidelines?
It's never been.
Yeah.
Blue is 4, and then yellow is 3. So blue is only 1 behind orange, but red's not even on.
It's not going to be yellow.
I guess
red is plus 250.
Yeah, but red.
Yellow dye, we used to tell people that yellow dye will make your dick small, so we never wanted that yellow.
Well, it might be true, but no, red's never been done in Super Bowl history, according to this site.
Really?
Ever. So that was a fucking terrible pick. The fact that it's even on there is weird.
I'll go orange with Derek. I'm going to ride with you on this.
It was
one.
orange for their last one. There's a picture of it on the site. Last year it was orange.
I'm going to go with you, Derek, just because of the flavor. Yeah. If that's true, then
that means that's the Gatorade that they fucking put in those big containers. It's the orange one. They're not just going to change it up.
Do we know anybody that's going to be on the sidelines?
No,
can we get your defensive coach to switch up the color?
Here's the thing. They when the game, I think like 15 minutes before, they cancel all these prop bets. So like you won't be able to do it. Shit, last year.
They also cap it.
Yeah, and last year, by the way, I think they turned it off 2 hours before because shit was leaking online. There's so many people taking photos and everything else.
Yeah, they did that it was 2 or 3 Super Bowls ago where people could hear the practice going on.
Yeah, and I want to remind the audience of this because last year everybody was chiming in of like, hey, dude, why can't I bet the prop bets 2 hours before? This is bullshit. And it's because the stadium opens up 2 hours before. Shit. And it's going to be way earlier this time because Trump's going.
And it's New Orleans. People are going to be fucked up in them. The Secret Service
for New Orleans because of the tragedy.
Yeah, it's a shit show down
Trump was going to be there. They might show Trump.
Oh, fuck!
He wasn't even on there though. Bob had it right. It's just a contest between 2 people.
It is, but he just got announced late last night, so like there'll be some Trump bets probably going into the weekend.
They might show Trump first, like especially for the national anthem. They need to put that up there.
It's it's a new. We're in a new social environment now. As a matter of fact, another piece of breaking news from this morning: the phrase "end racism" will no longer be on the field in the NFL.
Correct.
Oh, did it? Hey, we fucking did it.
Yeah,
we solved racism.
Kylie Jenner started it with Pepsi.
Yes,
obviously that solved it for a couple of years.
She solved gang violence,
but then it came back.
Yeah.
Then it came back.
Yep.
So we had to get rid of racism again.
So there was speculation, Derek. This is a true story. What he's saying actually. This is they're saying because Trump is going to the Super Bowl that they're taking all the DEI bullshit off the field and they're finally removing end racism. Bussin' with the Boys had a really good bit on this about a week ago or 2 weeks ago where they were like, man, I was on the field and I was super fucking racist. And when I saw that, I really changed my life around. I don't know. I don't know.
Joke. It's such bullshit. Listen, dude, white people are the fucking minority in the sport.
Yes.
Like, so what the fuck are they talking about?
Well, maybe that's what they were talking about. Maybe it was black on white racism.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Yeah. That's the fucking racism needs to be ended. Because if you're a white defensive lineman, let me tell you something. You get labeled as a hardworking hustle guy.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're a black dude that fucking fucks off all the time, like, well, look how great I eat. Look at you, fucking passes the eyeball test. We'll pay him $10 million more. And that's the way it fucking goes.
It is. The other part too is like Delco keeps bringing up Cooper DeJean. We don't know who that fucking guy is if he's not white because there is no such thing as a white DB in the NFL.
Same with Riley Moss.
Yeah.
Riley Moss.
Yep. We don't know who a white DB is in the NFL if it's not Cooper DeJean, man. So that's it. Racism has ended. It's all done. Trump is going to the game. Taylor Swift will be at the game. This is fun. Travis Kelce in his presser had something interesting to say about it.
About what?
They asked him specifically about Trump to try to bait him into this question.
He doesn't even. I mean, he knows who Trump is because everybody does. But if it was like 1985, Travis Kelce would not know who the president was. He doesn't give a fuck about that. It's not even an insult. He just doesn't care.
His answer was very diplomatic. He said, "Look, I am excited." No matter who is in office, that a sitting president of the United States is actually going to the Super Bowl. So there you have it. Yeah.
Perfect fucking answer.
I would love it if Trump handed out the Super Bowl trophy at the end of it, dude, to Mahomes and Brittany. Oh, God, if he handed out the Super Bowl MVP to Brittany Mahomes, she would lose her shit, dude.
She'd be so happy.
God, it'd be great.
So would Travis. Dude, Travis would be fired the fuck up if the president was handing him a fucking trophy. He doesn't give a shit who the president is. Like, he's not. Because his check is going to be the same regardless.
Let me ask you this. This is a fucking honest question here, and I wish this was a prop bet. Does Brittany Mahomes sit in the box with Trump?
No.
I don't know, man. I
mean, she's a Trumper.
She's a big Trumper, dude.
Yeah, but she's going to be with the family.
She'll be in the owner's box, right?
But what if he says, "Hey, bring your family in here, whatever." Trump's cool like that. Like, does she go?
Yeah, he is like that. I mean, if he does that, then I guarantee she goes.
Has to, right?
Yeah.
People would fucking have a meltdown on the left if she did.
Yeah.
I've been sitting with fucking Taylor Swift the whole time.
I don't.
Well, what if he threatens to tear off Kansas City if they don't show up?
Yeah, Jackson's going to try to weasel his way in.
Oh, and what? Try to kiss him?
Yeah.
Do a TikTok dance with Trump.
Can you imagine him trying to kiss Trump?
I mean,
He's
he's
getting
all-
lit up by Secret Service.
He's already canceled on the left. He might as well. I
Yeah.
don't think Brittany would leave mid-game, though.
Not
That's
mid-game.
the only problem.
Not mid-game. I think she's in the box the entire time, and I wish I could bet on that.
I think the security is going to be so fucking tight that they're going to be like, look, you can't just be fucking inviting people in.
No, I think she's going to be sitting with him the entire game.
I've come around on Brittany
With
Mahomes.
Trump?
So have I. I think she's such a diehard fan that and also on the other side of this, Trump has shouted her out multiple times during the election. I think that goes down for real.
She's just a ride or die for Patrick. So
No, and herself.
and herself as well. But like, she's kind of like cooled down. She's like eased into the role as Pat's wife. She used to make it about herself all the time.
Yeah, and then also there was some shots on the beach that I saw of her where I was just like, maybe we were too hard on her.
Well, the second child probably, she's now too busy to be fucking talking. A single mom with one
She's not
kid
busy.
can
She's
cause
got
some trouble.
fucking 5 nannies for those 2 kids.
Hey, don't worry about that, dude.
Yeah, Derek, don't.
worry
She's
about that.
She's a great
I bet
mother.
the kids were so fucking misbehaved.
She's a great mother, I bet, dude.
Let fucking raise their-
Maybe Harrison Butker's wife is there now.
I was gonna say, dude, you got Harrison Butker with Christ,
He's
and
just
then
kicking
you
the
got
shit out of his
Trump
kids,
there.
dude.
Like, yeah, dude.
Don't you regret, Ross? How bad are these fucking kids that are raised by nannies, though? They're fucking awful to be around.
Yeah, you've got to get one who is. You know what the trick is? You got to get one who is a former teacher. Swear to God. Otherwise, or a Mexican. Mexicans are
They
always
don't put
great
up
with
with it.
them,
They'll pull
you
up
know?
the shankla and smack you in the fucking head.
And
with
they'll teach the kids Spanish, man. My fucking buddy, one of my best friends was raised by a Mexican nanny. His dad was a doctor, mom was a lawyer. They were never there. And that motherfucker was speaking Spanish by age 3. And it was impressive. And he got better. I graduated with honors and he got better grades than I did. So, yeah, there's something to it. So you got to get either a former teacher, which is what I got, or a fucking a Mexican, for sure. For sure. You can't just get a fucking stranger. That's what I tried to do here, and it was a fucking disaster. So
A stranger like a nut, your hand is numb and then you jerk off. Stranger? Or?
I wish. My wife was very strict about what the looks had to be like too for them. So it was just like, hey, dude,
Oh, yeah.
it's got to be.
She also had paint swatches that she held up to their face. I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just
What
her.
color were those swatches?
I can't remember.
Black. They were black, Derek. Okay, I'll say it. You know, we're on hour 152 here. Anyways, we appreciate you tuning in. Derek will be in studio on Sunday. Delco will be live on stage, and you can watch him collapse after they lose. Gare Bear, are you popping by the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Street Gonzo will be here as well. Fuck it.
I think Jarrett's coming by too, actually.
Is he?
Yeah, if he's in
Great.
town. He had something, but if he's in town, he's going to be here.
Okay, perfect.
Gary?
Gary, real quick, because your documentary is fucking blowing up everywhere. So go check that out. We did this with Giorgio once. What was it, in 2020?
He picked the Buccaneers.
Right. And it was only him and me, and we both won. Gary knows nothing about football. Who wins, the Chiefs or the Eagles?
Who'd you pick?
I'm not going to tell you. I just want to, whatever comes to your mind right now, because you know nothing about sports.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Why? Because it's,
Oh, you gave a round of applause for that?
why the Eagles?
Because I think that it's gonna be the year of the shitbag. I'm turning my life around, obviously, and I think the Eagles can too.
Well, it's Eagles fans. Their team has been pretty well behaved.
And even
It's the fans that are fucking killing themselves.
Exactly.
Fall off
And
of
their
fucking
fans
shit.
all look like you, Gary.
Yeah,
I know.
all the fans look like you, is what he said.
And as far as like my hatred for Jalen Hurts, it's just as a throwing quarterback. But as a leader, that guy is all you could hope for on your team, and so is Saquon. The only shitbag on that team is probably Jalen Carter, and that's it.
They're
a likable team.
He was a kid.
No.
Race cars. Come on, man.
He fucking mowed somebody with the Three Stooges.
No, somebody died racing them. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
He killed 2 people. He murdered 2 people.
No.
Yes, he did.
2 people
sued for it right now.
2 people died as a result of their own incompetence because he was a better racer.
Yeah, they weren't fast or furious.
That's true, man. He fucking Paul Walkered these people.
Well, their families are furious.
Paul Walker
had sex with a 16-year-old.
Who?
Paul Walker.
Well, that I don't know. That's Paul Walker. That one I can tell you, but yeah, R.I.P. obviously. But Derek will be here. Street Gonzo will be here. Everybody will be here. Joel will be here. Delco will be here. Join us live on Sunday. We got the cooking kickoff too as well that took place at Dan's house. Jesse will be here. Lázaro Lopez will be here, and we'll go live off of YouTube. We'll see you Sunday. In the meantime, go to Drinkin' Bros Sports on Facebook, and I will post all of these bets tonight. So that way you can get them in well before the game, and then we'll not think about it here for the rest of the weekend. Derek, we'll see you soon. Safe travels. Hope you're not an American. And go to iTunes, rate the show 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. Who's on Wolf Untamed this week?
Andrew Arabito.
Half-Face Blades.
Hell, shit, yeah, dude. I love that guy.
They're going to be coming on Drinkin' Bros as a sponsor.
Fuck yeah, dude. That guy rocks.
Yeah, he's
okay, awesome. Cheers.
Yeah. Legend.
Download that episode right now. For Derek Wolfe, D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the NFL Extravaganza Prediction Show. Good night, everyone.